The Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, December 13th. Ooh. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Good.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm trying to change channels and sign into things and all that stuff. I have a different layer of security that nobody else has. Maybe Pete Davidson.
Butthole eyes?
Yeah, when it does facial recognition, I have to widen my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Safety first, yeah.
I don't think the face recognition thing actually works because there's plenty of times where I have a hat and sunglasses on and it totally works.
Yeah, but it was designed that way. It said because I was amazed by that. It said,
but not butthole eyes.
Yeah, it will get you if you have glasses. It's designed to get you if you have glasses because they probably figured so many people wear glasses. How are we going to figure this out?
There's been times that I've put on makeup and it hasn't recognized me.
Yeah, because we never see you in makeup. Yeah.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like it changes.
Your phone's like this girl actually looks decent.
Yeah,
this can't
be. Even technology can't figure it out.
Confused. It just blows up in her hand.
Carmen, if you were a murderer, you could run through Manhattan as a sexy killer. Nobody would ever know.
Yeah.
Hey.
I have twin nieces. I wonder if their phones, they can open each other's phones.
I bet they can't.
Yeah.
Probably not.
It's so interesting to me.
Like they're identical twins, but they are a little different.
So they're not identical.
Well, I mean, you can just tell, like, you know, they're getting older now, so you can tell.
Can you tell?
No, I get them mixed up all the time. I'm always afraid to say their names because I'm going to get it wrong.
You know what's weird is that for a while, like you'll see identical twins and you can't tell them apart for a while, and then one day when you do nail it, you're like, how could I never tell them apart before?
Yeah.
When they were little, it was impossible. Now that they're both teenagers, it's a little bit easier.
I saw a story the other day about two women that were sisters, but they were finding out whether they were identical twins or fraternal twins. And I looked at them and I go, well, they're not identical. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what all goes in. What's the criteria to be?
How much DNA? Or how many chromosomes, rather, or do they have to share? I don't know. Twins freak me out. Twins seem like an accident and like, why do we look at everything? I'm not saying we should, but why do we look at everything else like a mistake? But twins are like, oh, you got lucky. You got two. Twins are clearly a mistake.
When my brother found out he was having twins, he was not happy. He was like freaking out.
Having had kids now, I don't know if I would have been able to handle twins, but I'd love to have them.
Yeah, and because like everything's been double his whole life. 2 birthday parties. Everything comes on the exact same time.
2 tuitions in college, 2 marriages.
Yeah, they're graduating high school this year, so there's double graduation fees.
2 cars.
Double cap and gown. And, yeah, so he gets hit double his whole life.
That's why those people who have 5 kids, you know, quadruplets or quintuplets, they end up on Oprah, and people and companies give them gifts and stuff because you go, there's just no way.
But when it's spaced out, it's not as bad when you're getting hit with all these, like, you know, fees and stuff.
Can you even imagine loving 5 children? Like, obviously, you're going to inherently love them. They're your kids, but having 5 kids and be like, well, this is Danny, he's the bad one, and this is Millie, she's the cute one. I don't know about
a boy band.
I mean, Gio has 3 kids.
Yeah, but they're all different. They're all different.
They're all very different.
Imagine
you meant like 5
quintuplets.
Exactly the same.
All exactly the same. Identical quintuplets. You're like, then this one's Richard. No, I'm sorry. This one's Steve.
I was going to say, they all have their own personalities, just like your kids do.
Yeah, but remember Johnny Kate plus 8?
Yeah.
That was just ended up in a disaster.
Oh, that, yeah.
Can you imagine
they
that?
hate each other, and half the kids
she's the original Karen.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
She's the original
Well, I think
Karen.
the haircut and everything, that's where it came from. Yeah. But yeah, like now, if you Google them now, like half the kids are with the father, and one of the kids is suing, and it's all lawsuits.
Yeah, what do you care? Yeah, all right, I'll take half the kids. I'll take 3 of them. You take the rest.
Yeah.
I'd say, but that's also part of growing up in show business. Like their parents wanted them to be famous so bad, and we already know like that messes kids up. Think about all childhood stars.
Let me ask you,
Culkin, Lindsay Lohan.
I'm not challenging. I'm asking. Did she want them to be famous, Or did they just need the money and this was a great option?
I think they just got approached for the documentary and it turned into something, and then it was like their career.
See, I think at that time, that's when it was rising. You could make a career out of it. You could make a living off of it. And it was an opportunity. They saw the opportunity and they took it. But again, you may, at that point or at that time, they may not have known how big or what the attention was going to be like. But still, you have to have some knowledge of, if you go on TV, it's going to change my life.
I remember watching that show a lot when it first came out. And I think it started out as a 1-episode documentary because she was having 5 kids.
Right.
Quintuplets. Yeah. That was the documentary on TLC. Then when they turned into a reality show, they saw the fame and, hey, this could be our living. Okay. Then they went all full, Listen, then they loved it.
I watched like Oprah would have quintuplet parents on or quadruplet parents. And at the end, they'd go, well, we teamed up with Johnson & Johnson, and they're going to give you diapers for the rest of your life. And also, GE sent you over this furniture and these appliances. And all that. So if I am having 5 kids, I'm probably doing the same thing. Whoever's going to give me some stuff,
Yeah.
Think about what Galvin talks about, how his mother had to buy milk for all 3 of the brothers, or 4 of the brothers, rather. How hard that would be to have them all at the same time.
Right. And if somebody gave you that's you got to be so excited about that. You have free diapers for the rest of the time. You know how much money they were probably spending just on diapers. Yeah.
Right, but again, I think it's like almost like the lottery or something like that. Like they say lifetime, quote unquote, but it's up to a certain amount.
Yeah,
it's not a lifetime.
It's a head start, more like you have a baby shower. People buy you diapers so that you don't have to buy them.
Also, Carmen, I know you don't have kids or anything, but people don't wear diapers their whole life.
I understand that, but listen, you do wear them half of your life in the beginning and at the end.
Not even really half. It's like a little quarter.
By the way, speaking of diapers, they have the poise pads and the diapers and the Depends and all this different stuff. Ladies, whenever they have kids and then they laugh or sneeze and they, leak a little bit and stuff. There's a new one that I've seen now where it goes, this is John. John is a hero because he's going to walk his daughter down the aisle, but he doesn't know that he has to go to the bathroom. And it's a guy and he's wearing diapers. If you're Carmen, would you want your dad to wear diapers to walk you down the aisle?
I mean, if he has to.
Come on.
Listen, obviously
just
not.
Stay home.
But what? Wait, are we putting him out of his misery because he has a small bladder?
I hope my dad has to wear diapers so we can make fun of him.
Oh, no.
No.
We're going to get so many diaper ads now. And
I hope
Instagram and Facebook.
I hope I don't have to wear diapers.
That's the heartbreak of
Listen, I had to help with my uncle, and we had to change his diapers and stuff at the end.
Oh.
It was very sad, and that I wish that on nobody.
How old is he?
He was in his 60s.
Oh, that's not so far off.
Yeah, but he was born he had a learning disability. He was born with the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, so it cut off circulation. So he was born that way, and then on top of that, he was over 300 pounds his whole life.
Yeah.
And at the end, he did lose a bunch of weight. He cut out drinking pop, and he started exercising in the morning with my dad. And so he did lose a lot of weight, and he was getting really healthy. But then, he needed knee surgery. Anyway, the diaper thing, I wish that on nobody. If I'm kind of in the boat of, if I can't wipe my own butt, cut it off.
I'll do it for you.
Cut your butt off.
No, don't do that.
I think you need it somehow.
But no, I'm just saying, if you can't take care of your own private parts and self,
just kill me.
You know what I mean?
Let me go.
I want to do some crazy drugs or something. I don't know. Let's go out with a bang, but also, it was not fun, and seeing that is also just hard.
That was the problem with my mother, is that she declined so quickly that she was having issues there as well, and you're like, what do I do? I'm not trained to handle this.
Right. You don't want to get in there because it's uncomfortable.
Granted, I would do whatever I had to do, but I don't. What happens for the rest of your life? I can't do this.
Just drive me out to the woods and leave me.
Don't leave me. Put a bullet in my head. I got enough guys that would shoot me. I'm going to put it in my contract with Will from Shark Killer Tactical. If I can't wipe my own butt, Will's allowed to put 2 in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Both my parents have different things. My mom, she was like, give me some drugs and let's have a party, but put me out by the end of it. My dad said, give him a gun and take him to the woods and drop him off. Yeah. He'll figure it out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
That's what I would like to do.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know about any of these, you guys.
I kind of respect the guys who go in the woods.
Yeah, they want to do it themselves.
Well, not only that, but you don't want to have them. You can't. Now you got to have somebody come clean the house.
Yeah,
right. You're in the woods. You just wait for rain,
or to just wait for somebody on a nice nature walk to stumble across a dead body.
Galvin.
You have to call 911 before you do it.
Leave me right by the running trail.
Remember it was was it Logan Paul that went to the suicide forest?
Yeah.
Whatever?
In Japan.
Yeah, ooh, that's weird.
Filmed it and posted it, and YouTube went nuts.
That's what got him. That's what got him in trouble.
Right, but it's weird that there's a whole forest where people are like, "Yep, that's where we go to hang ourselves."
Right. People know about it, and it's like not I don't know, supervised, surveillanced. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but
supervised or surveilled? Which one?
Oh, they're both. I was right for both of them.
Yeah. There's nobody there at the gate. It's just a forest. So if you want to go do it, I don't see the problem with it. If you, it's kind of like peaceful. If you want to go hang yourself in the forest where nobody else is except other dead hanging people, it's kind of like a big dead person Christmas tree.
Which I do find it weird that there's some states that you can do like assisted suicide, and then other states it's illegal. In other countries it's cheaper.
Yeah,
like the laws on it. I don't know. I feel
why it's all based on religion, which is ridiculous for a country that was formed for the separation of church and state. Yeah, we base everything we do on religion. Yeah, because what
is it based on religion or is it based on money?
It's both. It's both.
Both. Yes.
What's the money factor?
The medical field and the different pharmaceuticals and all the different stuff. We got to keep you on. That's why Joe wants to murder all the insurance people.
They keep you alive, which keeps your insurance going, which keeps your family paying in for it. You know what I mean? Like they guilt you into it.
But also what Mike's saying, that it's a sin and all that type of stuff, and you won't get into this magical place in the sky.
Right.
But it is both. It's church and money.
Yeah, for sure.
The church is all about money.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's all about the money.
Yeah. Church is really the biggest scam going.
We should make our own church, Michael.
No, I don't want to be involved. Joe, I won't even sell T-shirts to our listeners, let alone scam them out of their own money.
But it's not even about that. You want to know what? I saw this thing from a tax person or whatever. And this is how a lot of famous people do it. They start their own religion because it's a tax write-off.
Oh, sure. Exactly.
And then everything goes through their own religion. And they have the money to buy their way in to start a religion. It's probably a lot harder for us normal people.
Yeah.
But you start a religion and it can be anything. Think about it. But they were saying like the Kardashians, they have a religion and they have like a storefront in Calabasas, wherever they live. And it's literally the Church of Kardashian. But that's like, it's a huge tax write-off, but it's an empty building. It's not even used for anything.
Yeah.
They say it's a place for worship.
There was a gang in Chicago that became a church, like incorporated as a church so they could get tax breaks. It's a gang.
Yeah.
It was a gang.
Okay. I mean, that's the same thing with people who put churches on their property and then write their house off. That's the kind of stuff that should be... That I don't understand why we're giving churches breaks in the first place.
Right.
If you're not showing a certain amount of certainly... Not a certain amount.
Community outreach or
something?
Not
just community outreach. 100%. It should be 100% dedicated to, helping people. If you're not doing that, then you shouldn't be getting a break. I'm very much for the equality of the Scientologists, but I'm also very much against their tax breaks. It's unnecessary and it doesn't make any sense.
Like if you're going to give it to everybody, yes, give it to everybody like Scientology.
Yeah, but tighten it up and take it away from everybody.
Exactly.
That makes more sense.
They make so much money and they have so much invested in the community. Why are they not paying taxes?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and they certainly took advantage of that. I mean, it's so weird to go downtown Clearwater. Whenever I'm down there and I drive down the streets, everything is just a facade. It's just the front face of a building, and it says
closed.
Yeah, no. It'll say like a lot of it is rehab stuff. Like a lot of them trying to bring people in for rehab, but the signs will be up there, and then the building will be empty. It's weird. It's weird to see. I don't know. I've never gone to rehab. You know what I did watch last night, though, which was interesting because you brought it up in Sporcle yesterday, Galvin, was Flight with Denzel Washington. What a great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah, it's really good.
I mean, I'd seen it before, but I hadn't seen it in a long time. And the fact that we mentioned it, I'm like, let me watch it for a second. I watched the whole movie.
I think he got nominated for an Oscar for
He should have. He was great in that movie. You know why he was great in that movie? Because, let me finish telling you. So Beth from Yellowstone, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
she does a great job because she's, what is she, Australian or something? And she plays a real Southern white trash girl. And then he is not sexy Denzel. He's fat, older, black, drunk Denzel. Yeah. There's nothing sexy about him.
What are you talking about?
No, Carmen,
I've seen the movie.
It's like when
Best Actor 2013.
It's like when you see him as your friend's father as opposed to a movie star.
Yeah, I know.
And then at the end of the movie, when he goes to court and he shaves his head and he's sober and all, he looks so much better. And you're like, oh, there's sexy Denzel. Mm-hmm. That's entirely different. Anyway, it's a great movie. Our phone numbers, if you want to get through, 800-771-1025. And I don't know. I don't even know where to start with this, but did you all hear the news, I'm sure, about Roger and JP yesterday?
I heard what you did.
What I did, yeah.
That's what I heard.
Can you tell, Carmen, you don't know?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, can you tell me what you know, Carmen?
No, because I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Oh, yeah. Give us the fulls.
I don't know.
Come on.
I know they're no longer on the station.
That's what I heard yesterday.
And it was Mike's fault?
No.
No, I didn't get blamed for this one.
A lot of people are telling me that.
Yeah.
a lot of people are posting, come on, Mike, bring him back. Come on. It doesn't work that way.
They call it the old Hot 1015.
Well, that I made this script. That I got rid of. Yeah. I shipped off those stupid morning show, and I shut the rest of the station.
You want to know how I found out that that was it?
You tell me, and then I wonder if it's the same as me.
Will texted me and said, "Hey, do you know what's going on for middays?"
I found out on Facebook in the Bone Fam group.
Oh yeah,
people were posting on there, and I was like, "This is a joke. What's going on?" And then I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I don't quite understand it. I don't know. And now the other thing is, what goes on in middays? Everybody's asking me. I have no idea what they're doing.
Well, I mean, you're the one who fired them, so I'm assuming
you're starting a whole new rumor.
I'm assuming you have something planned.
All I know is I'm punching up my resume now. I got to be ready when the next hammer drops.
I will say, listen, this is how you know. 1, I'm a team player. 2, I can keep a secret. I've known for about 2 weeks.
Oh, you're way behind everybody.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm lying too. Yeah. No, I've known for a while, but obviously the big thing is Monica and Dizzy, because I've been talking to them about it.
One of them is talking too much to SBK.
Yeah.
Trucker Tony's all over the internet going, I know, because I talked to an ex-employee. I know what's going on. I'm like, all right, well, clearly it's soul brother Kevin you're talking to. But I don't know who's talking to him or who's telling everybody what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I just know Monica and Dizzy they knew about it, obviously, and all they know is they still have a job, but they don't know what job. So they
interesting.
By the way, we know that it was Trucker Tony talking to SBK because the person said that they said Roger and JP are going to be off the bone. Come back.
10-4.
10-4. Over and out.
What is the wait, what were you saying, Carmen? I'm sorry.
That they both have a job, but they don't know what it is.
Yeah. So, right. But how do they know they don't just have it till the end of the year?
They don't. But again, the meetings that they have.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, right. It will make them feel good.
The meetings that they have had have been very short and brief, and it is. Don't worry, you guys are fine. You still have a job.
Don't tell Carmen anything.
That's it. That's that's what Monica and Dizzy have basically both been told. Don't worry, you still have a job.
How mad do you think JP is that he doesn't have a job and Monica does?
Oh.
Well, again, hold on. Roger and JP are still on up there.
Right. All right. Don't have a job here at the Bone.
Here. They're no longer here in Florida, but they still have a job.
Monica outlived JP at the Bone.
Monica was here before. She was the one who ran their test trial. She was because she was going over the history and stuff, and she's been doing their best of because they're running best of basically the best of Roger and JP throughout the end of the year. So the next 3 weeks.
A lot of dead envelopes.
Yeah, but when the Jedi becomes the master,
right?
Right. You pass
especially when it's an evil Jedi.
Yeah.
When it's a leftist Jedi.
But there was a lot of memories coming up and stuff. And Monica was saying that she remembers coming in because she had to run the test show on Saturday for Billy Madison and for Roger and JP, which were separate, obviously. and they were like different years.
Do you want to know what my earliest memory of Roger and JP was? They said, "Hey, we're bringing this show in from Long Island, Roger and JP," and I was like, "Cool." And they're like, "They're doing a thing on Monday with Jim Brewer," and I went, "Oh no, they're not." And they go, "What do you mean?" I go, "We have Jim Brewer on Friday. They can't come in." And they were like, "Oh," but they were Roger and JP were super cool, and
Is that why you fired them?
No. How long has it been? 4 years?
Roger JP?
Yeah.
Almost 10.
10. I'm sorry, 10 years. That's not what I was. I 10 years, yeah.
Yeah, I think Monica said that we were coming up on 10. So I think it's like 9 and change or something.
Man.
10 years that show was on, and nobody ever made Monica's mic louder. She always sounded like she was doing it from another room.
She is.
No, I mean, I know, but
she's literally
she
doing
doesn't sound like that. Yeah. You don't sound like that.
I don't know. I never heard that. I always thought she sounded fine. So maybe it's your radio.
No, it's not. I love Carmen. I think Carmen wakes up in the morning and goes, "I'm just going to argue with everything Mike says today."
No, I'm just saying.
Everything.
You're right, Mike.
Oh, no. You can't turn that around.
Yeah.
You can't turn that around.
That's what you want. You want.
No.
You're missing your yes man. Okay. That's what you need? I got you.
By the way, speaking of Spanish, I don't know if you were speaking about it, but
no.
Spanish did responsibly text me back yesterday.
Yes.
I said to him, he initially told me I will know on Friday if I could come in for under oath. And I texted him yesterday and I said, "Hey, any word?" And he wrote me back in a timely fashion and said, "Not yet. I should know tomorrow morning." And I thought, well, that was very fair.
Which is today?
Today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I know you and I had discussed moving some things around, but under oath definitely has to be on Tuesday.
No.
Why? What do we have? What do we have?
I'm so stressed out. I just
Tell me the schedule.
The door. No, there's so much going on.
I know.
So many people blowing up my phone, and we've got
who else is blowing up your phone?
It's just a whole kind of stuff.
I can listen. Tell me, I'll cancel stuff right now.
Yeah, we cancel everything.
Okay,
cancel everything.
Cancel Christmas.
Too much.
The good thing is we have some extra time now. If we want to go over, we can go into like 11 to 2.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. We can take the whole day.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Add insult to injury. Well, I know we have the Christmas party next week.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I shipped off Cody Tucker's present yesterday.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Did I tell you what it was?
No.
I'll tell you off the air. Yeah, I shipped off Cody Tucker's present yesterday. Let me think. I have you done. Well, Galvin, I have yours, but it's not here yet. But I have a couple of days. I got a couple of days, so it should be fine.
HTML.
I got Joe done. I got Carmen done.
Mm-hmm.
I got Ian done because I got him for the grab bag. The only one I have left is Martine. And we'll be good to go. And I know what I'm getting, Martine, so we're good there too. All right. I'm sorry. I just had to straighten that all out of my head.
There's so much going on.
What are you stressed out about?
I'm super stressed out.
Why?
Because there's a million things and we don't have enough hours to do it next week.
What do you mean?
There's so much stuff. Stuff I can't even talk about.
I think you should just talk about it.
Yeah, we just don't have enough hours, and we're only doing 4 days, and it's so much stuff that I'm trying to.
That's what I'm telling you. But you have to understand that I have no problem being the bad guy.
Oh yeah,
I will call somebody up and go, "Hey, I got to cancel. Sorry."
Yeah, I think we're just gonna start just canceling everything.
Like I think since Dom is coming in on Thursday, we should cancel Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm all for that.
Or. It depending on what else we have on Tuesday, because I know we're going to do under oath, and I know it's going to run long. So maybe we just tell Dom we just do Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's oh man.
Why?
I was stressing about this so much yesterday.
Why?
Because it's like trying to fit 10 pounds of stuff in a 5-pound bag.
Yes.
And it's getting stressful.
But again, like there's things that are priorities, and there's things and people that are not. Cut out the things that aren't a priority.
Yeah, we can do that. That would make things like I'm trying to accommodate everything, and it's not working. Yeah.
We'll make it work. Just to go over last minute changes. Carmen, you are not going tonight. And Gio, you are not going. Carmen's choosing to stay home tonight rather than go to the Christmas party.
No, I'm
so
choosing.
She can get ready for Ashley's party tomorrow.
Nope. That was my excuse. No, I'm going from here to another job to work all day, and I don't feel like having to cross the bridge and drive. Yeah, no. So I'm not going.
Bitter Carmen's out. Gio is not going.
No.
Why, Gio? Why?
I don't feel like going.
Yeah. Oh, man. So you're not going to make him feel bad, but you're going to make me feel bad? That's why I argue with you.
St. Pete's far.
It's a bad look. I'm just saying.
Yeah. He works another job too.
I want to go to my daughter's soccer game instead.
Yeah,
that's
a better look.
Short notice.
That's a better look.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. The company is trying to do something to get everybody together to celebrate the departure of Roger and Jay. No, to have a Christmas present, Christmas party. What if they give out awesome presents tonight, Carmen? Then you're gonna be like, damn it.
No.
Like when I wasn't able to go to the Hard Rock opening and they gave out iPads.
Yeah, that was nice.
Galvin, you are going.
Yeah, I'm going.
And Joe is going part-time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he has to work.
Yeah. I'm going. Pete's going. Paul's going. I got a whole crew. I'm bringing a whole
Is Mary going?
Mary is not going. Peter, Paul are going to make it. Mary is not going tonight. Yeah. So Mando's going, and I'm excited. We're going to have a good time. The best is I got some bad news yesterday. You want to hear this bad news? Mm-hmm. So I'm supposed to interview Teresa Giudice from the Real Housewives of New Jersey tonight. Yesterday, like 2 days before, I get a note. Hey, by the way, you want to guess what they said?
Don't mention flipping the table.
She's not coming to the Christmas party.
No, she's coming. I don't really care if she comes or not. It's just part of the built-in deal already. But they're like, hey, you're interviewing her from this time to this time.
Let me see. So either don't mention flipping the table or don't talk about her brother.
Don't talk about her brother.
I knew.
And don't talk about prison.
Oh yeah.
I go. You just took away the two best things I want to talk to her about. Yeah. What do you? So now I'm deciding.
Did she go to prison?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, for like tax or something.
Her
right?
and her husband both went to prison.
Now I'm trying to decide whether I want to talk to her anymore.
Yeah, I know who she is, but I know nothing about her.
Yeah,
I just know what she looks like. That's the housewife chick.
It just seems to me like that's the most interesting thing about her, and not like why did you go to prison? But just be like, what was it like in prison? That's my dad worked for the prison. There's a conversation there to be had.
So, what's your favorite salsa? Do you like the raspberry?
Right, that's what's gonna happen.
The Christmas Jolly Mint.
Okay. Well,
you're not going.
Oh, I'm going. I'm going. Right now, I'm going to Seltzerland. I'm going to Harley Davidson tomorrow. I'm going to UFC Saturday night, and I'm going to TSO.
Do you have tickets for UFC?
I do have tickets for UFC.
And you're going to TSO as well?
UFC, TSO. Mm-hmm. Check.
Who are you going to UFC with?
Why, you want to go?
I mean, Scott want to go. Galvin want to go too.
You guys can go together. I'll just give you my tickets.
I couldn't get tickets now.
It says plenty of tickets. I don't even think it's going to be that good.
Yeah, that's why,
I'm going with Titus.
Of course.
No, I'm kidding. Titus never called. Titus will call you.
Why would he?
Because he's always
you're
like,
so mean.
Because he's always like, no, me and you are friends. Me and you are friends. I don't just always call you every time I want to come on the radio show. And then I'm like, oh, are we going to Vegas this weekend? He's like, well, I'm going. Like we're not friends. We're just acquaintances.
Yeah, you call Titus. Titus doesn't call you.
Titus calls me.
No.
Titus doesn't. You're right. He sends me mind bullets to call him.
Right. Yeah.
You're right. I'm sorry.
He's not calling out.
No, you're right.
Yeah, you're not walking people to the ring.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Thanks, Titus. Thanks for nothing. Let's take a break and we'll come back and we'll get into Sporcle. Carmen will tell you what we have to. Carmen, we're giving away a lot of stuff because we only have this week and next week. And next week's the busy week. And Gio's all stressed out about it.
I'm very stressed out.
Don't give everything away this week.
No, I'll save some stuff.
We also got all the different stuff from Roger and JP that they're not going to.
No.
That's true.
No,
we got extra.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we absorbed all that.
Oh, man. I'm punching up my resume now. You got to be ready to go at all time.
That's what Gio taught me.
Yeah. We just got a text that says, talking about you. No way are you going to TSO. From Mike Calta Show.
Listen, whoever wants to take the action on Friday, the casino is open.
Yeah. Oh, I'll take it.
The casino is open.
It is Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, today's Friday.
Oh, geez. Okay.
But you can't know what we chose beforehand.
Yeah, but how do I bet against it?
Well,
no, you're not in the bet.
You're saying that you're going to all 4 events.
Right.
So we'll write down
which events you are not going to.
And then it is revealed after the weekend because you can't be motivated by what our bets are.
It's like pick the score.
Yeah.
But how do I win money?
You don't win any.
You win. If I say you're not going to any of the events and you go to one, you win money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if I say that you're not going to all the events and you say you are and then you don't, I'm picking which ones you are or aren't going to.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Challenge accepted, Galvin.
Okay.
Challenge accepted. Right. You could name the price. You could say, I have a crisp $100 bill that says you go to 3 of the 4 events, these 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Monday, I give you the full report, and then you owe me $100 or I owe you $100.
Mm-hmm.
Fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The other thing is what is a quantifiable evidence that I am at these events?
Video of you at the event.
Video.
Yeah, video of you at the event with something from the event happening.
So, like, if I'm at UFC, I can go, look at me, I'm at UFC, and show the cage behind me.
Show the cage and show that it's like UFC 63 and that it's in Tampa and stuff. Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, Carmen, I do not have green screen technology.
Everyone does.
Yeah,
I do not.
It's literally a filter.
Yes, I don't have it is what I'm saying. I have no idea. It's one of the few things.
Do you have Instagram?
Yes.
You have it.
Right. Also, the other thing is you may, for all we know, have video of you out in Las Vegas at the UFC out there.
I do. I even have video of me at UFC New Jersey, but I will not. You can also tell by the different stages of fat I'm in what is then and now. You know
I want to see you go, hey, I'm at UFC in Tampa. Colby Covington. I don't know why Don Pardo's announcing him.
Or like, I'm at UFC today's December 14th. Something like you gotta
hold up a newspaper.
You gotta say something, pineapple or something. You gotta have a code word.
Hello, everybody. I'm live at the UFC and Carmen's butthole.
It's perfect. Yeah, but just something. Something random.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm down to take any action. Whoever would like to take the action, hit me up during the show at any time today.
Because you say you're going to all 4 events.
Yeah, like you have to make your statement, and then we're betting off of your statement. And so far, your statement was, "I'm going to 4 events."
You have 4 things scheduled for the weekend,
right?
Mm-hmm. What is your?
What is your statement?
Yeah, but Galvin, if you say $5, I could say challenge not accepted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to bet you $10,000 because you're not going to all
challenge accepted.
Make your statement though. Right. What are you going to?
I will be at all 4 events.
Okay.
Which 4 events?
I will be at Winter Seltzerland tonight, Harley Davidson of Tampa Bay tomorrow, UFC tomorrow, and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra concert at Amalie Arena on Sunday, 2:30 p.m., whatever the early show is.
2:30 is the early show.
To be specific.
Okay.
All right.
So you're going to all 4 of those events?
Yes.
That's what we're betting on?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not betting. I'm sorry. I don't have any money, but
what are you doing?
I just want to be a part of it.
All right. Thank you. All right, we'll take a break. We come back. We got Sporcle. We'll do that next. I'll take your Roger and JP phone calls. I know they're coming in. We'll get there. Not Roger and JP's phone calls. There are people that want to talk about them. God, you guys
we can't even have
they got
It's the Mike Calta Show at 102.5 The Bone. We're going to have a good time.
Joe, how are you feeling about the video setup and everything?
I'm feeling fairly confident.
Fairly is not a good word. I went very confident.
Okay. Very confident.
Thank you.
Do we find out about the speakers? Can we hear what's going on?
I believe they're going to be bringing one out, but that I have not gotten that information.
Let me look that up real quick. Let me look that up.
Otherwise, we're just going to be sitting there going, "What's that?
What is that?
What is that?
Is this
we wish you a Merry Christmas."
Is this the chick that went to prison?
Winter Seltzer.
Joe, have you done your due diligence on this setup?
I have.
All right. I believe you.
You got 1 camera?
Yes.
All right. Ready? You want to read it? I'll read it here. We have you scheduled to do your podcast on Friday starting at 8:15. We have a space reserved for you upstairs. We have 2 custom pull-ups. Corey will have your audio set up ready to go, along with a mic and small speaker so those around you can hear the conversation.
Okay.
That's what I have right here in my email.
I did not get that email, but thank you.
Did you email anyone about that, Joe?
The last time I was at the station was on Monday. Corey and I went over everything. And prior to that, I had talked with engineering, and they had told me that there would not be any speakers.
Right.
But if that has been updated, then fantastic. They could have let me know.
Saying, like, so we talked about it on Monday.
Yeah.
You came to the station on Monday, and then Mike said there was going to be a speaker on like Tuesday or Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Was there any follow-up on your end with an email or text?
No, because as far as I know, the way that we have it set up, I know I'm going to get my stuff done. So
it doesn't matter.
He's video guy, not audio guy.
They do it. That's fantastic to me.
I did witness Joe on a conference call, a very spirited and friendly conference call with engineering.
Spirited.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
And so I do know that happened.
Yeah.
Joe?
Yes, Mike.
Got to be good.
Oh, it'll be great.
All right. I trust you. Mm-hmm. Carmen, what do we have to give away today?
Yes, we have tickets for Busch Gardens Christmas Town, Winter Seltzerland happening tonight.
Oh.
Entry for Harley Davidson giveaway. Brett Michaels Party Gras, Sticks and Lover. Oh no, I'm sorry, we are all out of Sticks and Lover Boy.
Oh, that's what I wanted.
All right.
Too bad. Monster Jam and Supercross.
All right, let's do it right now. A little bit of Sporcle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporcle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right. It's going to be easy, but it's going to be fast.
All right.
Man.
Well, not too fast because I still have to keep score. Thank you.
Jesus.
He's an old man.
Yeah.
Right.
No speaker.
Okay.
What do you think? Good Greek Moving and Storage, I think, wins 2024 for best jingle. Although I have to tell you, are you guys aware of Mr. Sparky?
No. So it doesn't win.
Hold on. Let me sing it to you, and you may want to change your mind. Mr. Sparky advertises during Jeopardy, so I hear it every night. Tagline: you don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888 Sparky.
All right.
Anytime you work malarkey into a song, I think it's wonderful.
What does Sparky do?
I think they're electricians.
Yeah, that's
and you don't have to put up with any malarkey. You call 888 Sparky.
I got to tell you, giving it a run for the money for Good Greek Moving and Storage is 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Ask Gary. Ask Gary. Yeah, I'm into that too. There's some greatest hits from this year. All right, Carmen, what are we playing?
Today we're going to be playing Can You Name the Bands of these number one 80s hits?
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a song. You're going to give me the band.
Got it.
Simple, easy. Let's go. Every little thing she does is magic. Galvin.
I'm screwed.
Were you born in the 80s?
1980, yeah.
I love rock and roll.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
I will give it to Mike Calta.
Thank you.
867
Tommy
Two-tone.
Galvin. Heat of the moment.
Asia.
Galvin. Eye of the tiger.
Survivor.
Galvin. Hungry like the wolf. Galvin. Owner of a lonely heart.
Yes.
Mike. Dancing in the dark.
Bruce Springsteen.
Mike. The Boys of Summer.
Don Henley.
Mike Calta and Pap, we're halfway there.
Gio is not on the board. Michael has 4 points, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 5.
I'm having 5.
You're having 5.
I'm having 5.
So, right.
All right, we are doing bands of the 80s. Here we go. We built this city.
Jefferson Starship.
Jefferson Airplane.
I know what it is. Damn it.
We built this city.
I don't know.
Starship.
Starship.
But I said Starship.
No.
I know.
You can have 2 guesses.
I agree. There's so many. They're idiots. Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship. Now we're just Starship. Shut up, idiots.
Did Jefferson leave and that made it Starship?
There was never a Jefferson.
Oh, it's Thomas Jefferson.
All right, your next one. Hip to be square.
News.
Mike Calta. Take me home tonight.
That's
Eddie Money.
Mike Calta. Living on a prayer. Mike Calta. With or without you. Galvin.
I gotta get it in.
And Pap. We're on the list. Sorry.
Gio has 0 points on the board. Galvin is having 6, and Michael is your leader by 1. He's winning with 7.
Ooh, tight.
Jefferson Starship.
Tight.
Airplane.
All right, bands of the 80s, last 3. Here we go. Love in an Elevator.
Aerosmith.
Mike Calta. Running Down a Dream.
Tom Petty.
Tom Petty and Heartbreakers.
Galvin. And your last
What do we
one.
got? I'm up by one.
If you get this, you'll tie it up.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm in.
Orange Crush.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Calta.
It's too
Boom
hot
for the comeback
It's too
win.
hot in there. I can't breathe.
It's toasty.
It is so hot in here.
It is,
Why?
but because I think the gym, I just shut off everything, and the only one I can't control is the gym, and it was blowing pretty hot.
Come on, Joe.
Come
Get
on,
in
Joe.
there.
Get in the gym.
blowing hot.
Get your little nubby fingers in there.
All right, I'm trying. Gio had 0 points on the board. Galvin with 7, and Michael is your triumphant champion today. He won with 9.
Oh boy. Yeah, Let me pick a winner, Carmen. That is line 3. Good morning. Who is this?
Daniel.
Daniel, how are you doing, sir?
Good, yourself?
I'm fantastic. I'm going to put you on hold. Carmen's going to pick you up during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize. Okay, buddy?
Hey, great. But hey, real quick, did anybody have Roger and JP on the death pool?
That's a good question. I don't know. I will look it up, and we'll tell you when we come back from break. Okay?
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, somebody asked me yesterday, but I don't think so. But I don't know. We'll find out.
I know that I do not have them, but I'll look through and we can do update whenever we come back here.
All right, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, Copycat, LeBron Lagon, and Hot and Rich.
That's what it's like to be in this room.
Yeah.
All right, Galvin has your news. We'll take a quick break, and we'll do that next on 102.5 The Bone. I love that there's a community dedicated to this radio station and the fans of it. I appreciate that more than you'll ever know. And it's not about me, it's about the station. And I try to interact with that page whenever possible, and I'm always as honest as I could be. The people who are spouting things off about ratings are just awful. I did a podcast yesterday that is not out yet with the Bank of Tampa.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
It was actually really good. But the first thing they said when they opened the show was they were like, you work for Cox Media Group, and you have the best morning show in town, but the number one station in town somehow is the Dove. They were very confused. And I said, well, no. I said, what you're looking at is 12 plus numbers that is free access to everybody for you to look up on the internet. I said, but if you extrapolate the numbers and you break it down to what the number one station is based on the sales demographic, we are number one.
Right. And when you say 12 plus, for people that don't understand, that's people that are 12 years old and older.
Right. So the idea that we have anybody between the ages of 12 and 16 are listening, not only do we really discourage that because the show has more of an adult theme to it, but also it means nothing for us financially. Like it's not a target demographic for advertisers. We're not trying to sell Disney cruises. We're trying to sell Budweiser. So
12-year-olds are not drinking Budweiser and going and getting testosterone replacement.
Exactly.
Also,
but we also miss out on all the Disney stuff because of it.
Sure. I mean, but I'd rather buy my own Disney cruise than have to sit here and kiss their ass, you know?
Maybe this is too much inside baseball, but also time spent listening is a big factor.
Well, but the thing is that when people look up the number one show, you don't subscribe to the ratings, you don't pay for them, so you don't get them. And if you look on the internet and you see what you see, and you're like, oh wait, this says this is number one, and the Bone is number 7. It's because it's in a demographic that's not interesting and is inconsequential to anything that we do.
Right.
You go person 2554, which is the target audience for our station. Then I'll be honest with you, I don't know we may be number 1, we may be number 2. I have no idea, but I know that it's as far as the morning show goes, we're number 1, and then the rest of the station factored in, I would imagine is definitely in the top 5. But I don't know. But I was trying to explain that to them yesterday. That is not a good indication of what the market is like. If you were to look at Tampa from somewhere else, you would not get a good idea of what the market is. And there are other radio shows that are on and other radio stations that are on in Tampa, like I can't even remember the name of it, but there's sometimes I see the ratings pop up and now I go, what is W? I'm making letters up, RMW, and I have to look it up, and it's some religious station in Brandon, and it pops up on the radar once in the 22nd position. And then there are shows that don't get rated because they don't have enough people listening to them. So
I also find it very interesting how we still do ratings with the advancement in technology and the stuff in the software that we have now.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
The way they do it, to me, it just seems very old school stuff.
Yeah, I stay out of all that, Carmen, because I don't know either, and it's really none of my business. So I'm with you though. It seems like if I have an Alexa in here, I was waiting to see if she responded. And we talk about your sauna on the air, and then I'm inundated with sauna ads. Clearly, it's easier to do it some other way.
Right.
Yeah.
There's better technology out there.
It's just like we've talked about a million times about football, and they bring the chains out, and you're like, there's got to be an easier way.
Right.
Like, you got to be able to have a thing in the football that shows you exactly to the centimeter where that ball went.
I didn't even think about that. You put it in the football.
Yeah.
I think they're close to doing that now.
Yeah, they're talking about doing it, and they actually started doing some of that this year and seeing how it goes. So.
When they have the owners' meetings, that's when they decide on if they're going to implement all these different technologies.
Do you see, I forget what team it was, but a couple of basketball players got in on an ownership group of, I forget what team, maybe the Giants? Maybe? I don't know.
Really?
But I was like, oh, let's go. Vince Carter and somebody else. And I was like, oh, good investment.
Yeah.
I mean, football's not going anywhere, and anybody who's bought a football team in the last 30 years has made their money back.
Oh, sure.
It's wild to hear. It's always crazy to me to hear about how much money people paid for different things. Like we always talk about Mark Cuban, he bought the Mavericks for whatever it was, or UFC, what they initially bought that for. Also, my dad and I were talking the other day about something, and I said, I love to see the brand new Corvette in 1967, and it was $4,000.
Yeah.
I go, I'd love to go back to that. I'd buy 20 of them.
Yeah, or the price of a home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, that stuff. I every once in a while I'll see one of those websites that says this is what happened on your birthday when you were born, September 1971, and it'll give you the average income of households and all that stuff.
Right.
Did you see this? Trump ringing the bell yesterday at the stock market.
Oh no,
he did this. He did.
I love
he
it.
did a little Trump shuffle.
I love it.
His hair. He's got Kim Jong-un hair now. I don't know what's going on with him.
It's getting wild. Did you want to know if anybody has any Roger and JP people on the death pool?
Please let me know, because I am completely unaware of what it is.
So I can tell you, would you like me to tell you who each person has as far as the 102.5 The Bone pick?
Yes.
All right, so Mike Calta, you have...
Let me see if I can guess.
Okay.
If I can remember. Did I have Will?
No. You have Spike.
Oh. I think it was more wishful thinking.
You have Spike. And then Carmen, I don't know whether Carmen knows who she has. Carmen has Pap.
Oh.
Yeah. Also wishful thinking, I think.
How's it looking, Joe?
Tony has John Senning.
Oh.
And then I have Kelly, which I'm not sure if she still works there.
I think it's the Ryan Adams rule.
No, it's
Kelly is on
she's on with Tom. Yeah, she's on with Tom. Gio, you have Will Kuntz.
Oh.
Which he's still, I don't know.
Technically,
is he on Saturdays anymore or no?
I have no idea.
No.
But he's still employed by the station.
On payroll.
That I don't know.
Well, last time we spoke to John, he said yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe check before.
We should check with Will.
Check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, dude,
but also,
do you still work here?
also check before you have to pay Mike, because maybe
Will's got some years here.
I don't know whether that will do anything, make a difference or not, but it might. It might.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see. And then Pap, do you know who you have?
Maybe.
I know you tried to pick yourself.
Pap has JR. Does JR still work here?
I don't think so.
I'm sorry.
Rockwell.
So JR doesn't work here. Rockwell does.
I mean, technically,
that's a technicality.
That was the whole thing about was Caitlyn Jenner going to be arrested for killing the person, or was Bruce? Who knows? And then Ian has a cat named Mo.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it.
So Roger and JP are not on the list.
The only person that had somebody that's on the Roger and JP show was Spanish. He had Monica.
Oh, well, he was wrong too.
As far as Carmen says, and Monica knows, they're not going anywhere, or she's not going anywhere.
She still has a job.
Right. According to her.
Yeah, I don't know
and I'm not saying
for how long.
I'm not saying that she doesn't. I just, It's a topsy-turvy world.
Yeah.
Do you think Spanish will pay death pool money?
No.
Jesus.
He still works here. It's not like he was fired.
Oh.
He's still a Cox employee.
Interesting.
If I were him, I wouldn't.
Oh.
And I don't think he has the money.
Yeah.
So I'm not that he doesn't have any money, but I don't think he has extra money right now. So I wouldn't. I don't think he would.
If Spanish would have won the death pool, would we have paid him?
That's an interesting question.
All right.
It depends. If he came in Tuesday to do under oath, yes. He fulfilled his obligation. We should fulfill ours.
I'm here to collect my winnings.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, he's following through.
You know he's in second place then.
If
you're putting him back in the game, he's in second place.
I never took him out of the game. But he should let us know, hey, I'm in or I'm out, because if something changes, or who did he have? Who did he have on the death pool? Monica?
He had Monica, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they say, hey, listen, we decided to let Monica go too. Sorry, Monica. That could be some, because she's been here a long time.
Yeah, she's been here over 10 years.
But also, Spanish is in second place. He has 191 points. Mike has 503.
But if he called his shot.
Yeah. You can't call your shot on a bone pick. That's part of the rules.
Yeah. If they could, I would have picked JP last week.
Huh?
I said if they could, I would have picked JP last week.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there you go. So, nobody.
All right.
Nobody
Thank you,
Galvin.
Mm-hmm. Galvin?
Yeah?
It's time for news.
Oh. I was ready for the other thing.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's top story, copycat gets caught. We had our spirited debate about Luigi and killing the CEO of the healthcare insurance company and stuff. Well, a Lakeland woman, Lakeland, Florida, was charged after police said she ended a call to an insurance company with the words delay, deny, depose. In arrest affidavit, the Lakeland Police Department said officers were contacted by the FBI on Tuesday, December 10th, regarding an alleged threat made over the phone. Brianna Boston, 42, had reportedly placed a call to Blue Cross Blue Shield regarding recent medical insurance claims. She was denied. Here is the rest of the story. Listen to this.
What? Did I miss that?
All right.
No, Carmen.
The show hums along.
I gotta be honest with you, Carmen. I'm sorry. I sent it to Joe and I didn't send it to
Okay, yeah. I was like, that's not the audio I have. I didn't want to ruin that one.
No. That was my fault. My fault. Hold on. Let me send it to you right now.
Heart attack.
My bad. It's too hot in here.
Yeah, wait.
Great.
My wife and I had a second spirited debate yesterday after the show about our conversation in the morning. I tried to explain to her my point of view, your point of view, and then Joe's point of view, and she's pretty sure Joe's nuts.
Yeah. You know what's so funny is I said the exact same thing to my wife. We were talking about it, and I go, apparently Joe just wants to kill everybody.
Yeah.
That was my takeaway.
Also, Joe, I got to tell you,
Yes.
I know you got a lot of things going on, but you seem very unhappy today.
No, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, I'm concerned with you. Not you're not doing a bad job or anything. You just seem very unhappy. You're not very jovial and.
Well, I'm all right. I'm just we've got the gig tonight. I'm concerned about that. I've got things going on at home.
Okay, so, I just want to make sure there's anything I can do to help you out.
He's not wearing his puke hat.
Yeah, no puke hat.
Switch it up today.
Yeah.
I usually Friday's no hat day.
That's right. It's too cold outside.
It's different.
It's hot in here.
100 degrees in here.
Carmen, do you have that?
I do.
All right. So the story is a Lakeland woman was charged because she ended a phone call with delay, deny, depose to Blue Cross Blue Shield. FBI went there, talked to Lakeland police, all this stuff. And here's the rest of the story.
With her head in her hands, Brianna Boston learned she would be held in jail on $100,000 bond. The Polk County judge adding the bond was appropriate given the, quote, status of our country.
It's not like she's a child. She's 42 years old, so we're not dealing with a child here. She should certainly know better.
Lakeland Police Chief Sam Taylor says his department was contacted by the FBI Tuesday. Authorities say in a recorded phone call about a denied insurance claim, Boston told a Blue Cross Blue Shield employee, quote, delay, deny, depose. You people are next, end quote. The language matches the words police say were written on the shell casings found at the United Healthcare CEO's murder scene in New York City.
We will take this very seriously, and we will put you in jail if you do something like this.
For what?
It is not a joke.
According to Boston's affidavit, the mother of 3 told police she did not own firearms and was not a danger to anyone. But she added, healthcare companies played games and deserved karma because they are evil. Similar to the accused shooter in Manhattan, Boston is getting support online from people who say that she was just sharing her opinion and should be protected by the First Amendment, but police do not see it that way. She's facing a second-degree felony of written threat to kill or injure, conduct a mass shooting or an act of terrorism, a serious charge. She could end up in prison for 15 years.
No.
Definitely.
15 years.
She's not going to jail. She's got. They're trying to make an example out of her. She didn't do anything wrong.
When she said
she made a threat.
No, she
when
didn't.
she said you're next.
You're next.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
If she would have ended.
Let me ask you a question. If she would have said you're next, with that inflection, like a question, would that be a threat?
Yeah, she still said that. She said that the lady denied the post.
I'm coming to get
exactly
you next.
what she's talking about.
She didn't say I'm coming to get you next. She said
she's
you're
an
next.
idiot that should be threatened with jail.
Threatened with jail.
If she would have stopped at if she would have just quoted him and ended at deposed, no problem.
She didn't
but
say, I'm coming after you. You're going to get shot. She said, you're next.
said, you're next.
Right.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
That's dumb. She didn't threaten anybody.
It's dumb for her to do that.
She didn't threaten anybody. They're making an example out of her so that this doesn't get out of hand. She didn't threaten anybody. This will never hold up in court. There will be no judge that convicts this woman of threatening. All she did was
County, I wouldn't be surprised.
There's no way. There's no way this would be impossible to prosecute. There's no way. In the way she didn't threaten anybody. She repeated what the guy wrote on the bullets, and she didn't say, and I'm coming to get you. She said, you're next.
Which is the threat.
Yeah. To who? What does that threat even say?
If she would have ended with deposed and then just been done, there's no threat. But the fact that she said you're next and a guy was just murdered,
the fact that she said you're next, it shouldn't be any more than a visit or a phone call from the police or the FBI that says you can't say that.
So here's the thing, though. Do you think that if they have a jury on this, that there's no way she gets convicted?
No way.
I think you're out of your mind.
A judge wouldn't even get to this. It wouldn't even get to the court.
I'm telling you right now that if they had a jury trial on this, that there's absolutely a possibility of her getting convicted.
She didn't yell fire in a crowded movie theater. This is free speech. She can say what she wants.
She didn't.
You can?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
You can't say you're going to kill somebody.
She didn't.
What does your next mean?
It's up to interpretation. She could have said, "Oh no, I meant you're the next phone call I'm going to make." She didn't say anything wrong. She didn't make a threat. The threat is implied.
We know that's what she means.
You can't arrest somebody for an implied threat. You have to prove that they were making the threat, that they were going to harm somebody. That's what you have to prove. I can say, Gio, you're next, or I can say, Gio, I'm going to kick your ass. There's a big difference between those two things.
But by her quoting a murderer,
by her quoting the murderer, you made a summation in your head. Nope. You threatened in your head. You made that in your head. She didn't necessarily say that.
All right, but that's like me saying I'm going to kill somebody in this room that's wearing a Buccaneers shirt.
Yes.
You thought that it was you.
I'm the only one.
I'm waiting for somebody to come in with a Buccaneers shirt.
The only one in here with a Buccaneers.
I'm waiting for somebody else.
Wearing it under his shirt.
Yeah, he's definitely.
But it's not what you said.
Yeah.
What you said was
what I said was, what did I say?
You said you're going to kill somebody in this room with a Buccaneers shirt.
Yeah. Not you. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next week.
Yeah.
When I'm waiting for somebody else to come in.
You've made a threat to kill. That is the difference.
And she quoted a murderer
when I said
and making a threat.
When I said kill, I meant bake like a clay pot.
Yeah. You're killing.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you have a good enough lawyer, she could go to jail.
No, I know.
And if she has good enough lawyers, she'll get out of it.
She will never go to jail.
No, I don't think she's
in jail.
I mean, she'll never. She got arrested. She's not in jail.
I don't think she's going to get convicted. And they say up to 15 years and whatever, $100,000 bond.
Yeah, that's always the max.
But yeah, I don't think she's going to. I think that you're right that they're definitely saying, "Hey, don't do this," and so we're going to point out.
Also, Polk County has a history of doing things that make the national news and then claim that they're not trying to get on TV.
But also, this lady's dumb.
Yeah. Right. Well, look, she's dumb, and we know what her intention was. But the idea is that you can't just assume somebody is doing something for a certain reason. You have to prove it. There she is on TV, the woman there. She's an average woman. Looks like she's in her early 40s.
People are next.
But again, I guarantee. But this is the thing: if you get a good lawyer and you go through her search history, and there's any evidence that she knew about,
Carmen, do you realize how many steps ahead you are? Before there's no way you're getting a lawyer and going through her search history. She hasn't done anything. You have to subpoena her records. She hasn't committed a crime, and she hasn't.
She did. That's why she was arrested.
Charged with a crime, yeah.
She's charged with a crime. She's no way she's going to get convicted of this crime. There's no way that they're going to go through her. You think the judge is going to give them a subpoena that allows them to go through her computer now because they suspect her of being a threat to
I'm saying if she gets a good enough lawyer going against her, yes.
But it's also panic. It's also judges deny stuff all the time that you're like, how do they not let that in? Like this guy killed 4 other people and he killed this 5th person, but they can't talk about him killing the other 4. Like in this trial, it's wild whenever they do that stuff.
And this woman is in no fear of anything. They embarrassed her. She did something stupid. They embarrassed her. It's over.
They tell you're on a recorded line. So, yes, that was stupid. But she did not cause panic. She wasn't posing a physical threat to this lady.
She caused panic to the person that she was talking to.
What? She was going to crawl through the phone and kill her?
No, but now this lady has to look over her shoulder every time she leaves the
right. She has this lady.
No idea who that lady is.
Yes, she does. That lady. Because, again,
You're talking to Mary from United Healthcare?
No, I work in insurance. My name is all over every document that I send out. Every claim that I work, everyone has my full name and my license number. She
wouldn't be hard to find.
It's not hard to find the people if you want to find them.
Well, she was talking to an operator.
Right. From Blue Cross Blue Shield. They don't even she's operating number 7432.
But again, she was getting her claim was getting denied, so she was probably talking to an insurance person, an examiner who has been working on her claim. You don't talk to someone new every time, especially when you have a claim like this.
Right, she has her extension and she knows her name and everything else. Yeah.
So if this is a claim that she's been working on and been trying to get taken care of for a long time, she's been talking to one person. Okay. Not one person, but she's probably talked to like 3, 4, 5, maybe at max. So she does have this information of this lady that she's on the phone with.
Maybe she meant you're the next one to deny or defend. And
right, that's the problem.
That's what she meant.
They have to prove that she was threatening them. They have to think that they have to prove that what she was saying was that they were going to out.
Yeah. But the fact that they convict people on less stuff, it makes me go, you never know what can happen. She's not going to. They're making an example of her, but it is a possibility because
1984.
She's dumb.
Police.
People are dumb. That was a dumb move, but whatever.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. What's up?
I wanted to weigh in on this First Amendment threat thing you guys were talking about. First, they got to be able to prove that she has the means to carry out a physical act of violence. Then they have to prove she had the intent to inflict harm, which, as you were saying, they can't prove that was her intent by just saying you're next.
Right.
They can't prove that. So, no, this is a nothing burger. This is them just trying to silence and stifle the First Amendment.
And then march her across the TV and let you see her crying in court so that everybody else who gets the idea to do this is now afraid to say anything.
Exactly. That's the thing about the First Amendment is, you can't just say, it's free speech, but if we find it offensive, it's a crime. You can't do that. No, even hate speech, everything like that is covered under the First Amendment.
Hate speech
had she been like, I'm going to do it this day at this time, and I'm going to, I'm going to harm you. Okay, now that's a credible threat of violence.
Right. Thank you. I understand what you're saying. Right. I agree with you. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. I was going to say, why don't we get Dominic Ferriello to weigh in on this, man? Just give him a call, see what he thinks.
I don't want to hear about Boozer's baseball game. Mike Calta Show. Good morning. Good. All right. There you go.
So this is unbelievable. Think about this. The guy who started it and now BuzzFeed is selling one of its hottest assets. The media company announced Thursday that it sold First We Feast, the food and pop culture entertainment brand.
What is First We Feast? I know of it, but I don't really know what it is.
It's the food and pop culture entertainment brand behind popular Hot Ones YouTube show. No. They sold it for $82.5 million in an all-cash deal.
That is fantastic.
So that guy started, he goes, I'm going to have people eat hot wings, and I'm going to ask them questions and stuff.
Is that the guy who, what's his name? The guy, we've had him on the Sean, somebody, we've had him on the show before. Is it his?
he's got a big part of it. Obviously, I think he sold some of them or had some backers, whatever, but he's obviously
good for him.
Yeah, I think that company they absorbed him. They bought his brand, Hot Ones, to add to their network.
But what I'm saying, if they bought if Hot Ones was his, and he did it from his basement, and then all of a sudden it became big, and Sean Evans sold it to BuzzFeed for $2 million, and now it's sold for $80-something million. Does he get any of that money, or is it all there?
He does. He's part of it, so he still has part ownership of it, at least, because it said that he was one of the people in it.
Good for him, man.
They've got tons. He's got tons of merchandise too. You go to Walmart, they've got all the sauces. They've got frozen.
Oh, really?
Food. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, once you make it into Walmart, though, it's almost over.
Yeah, but if you have $82 million, who cares?
Who cares? Those Duck Dynasty guys are sitting there laughing their ass off.
How about this? This is pretty crazy. So Colby Covington, who is fighting tomorrow night right here in UFC at Tampa.
I'll be there.
Talking about him, talking about LeBron. And I go, when's LeBron done? Like, he's getting old and he's not very good anymore. There's a lot of problems, although I did say the other night he got a triple-double and stuff. Yeah. LeBron James appears to be searching for answers as he steps away from the Lakers amid a worrying decline and swirling trade rumors. LeBron is not with the team right now, according to Coach Redick. He told reporters while at practice on Wednesday he's out for personal reasons, excused absence. James missed his first game of the season on Sunday against the Blazers after previously setting a goal to play all 82 games at age 40 for the season. Redick added that James would take some time after struggling mightily in his last few games, including an 0 for 20 stretch from beyond the 3-point line. Yeah, so he's stepping away. A lot of people are speculating that this has to do with his son Bronny being sent down and all the Diddy stuff.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about the Diddy stuff.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Because that's what Colby was bringing up.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
And he brought it up the day before this happens now. So I don't know whether
we all thought Colby Covington was crazy yesterday.
Whether he had some inside information or what. Because Colby, I saw tweeted out, he put, what? Was it something I said? which is pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah. Pretty good. It's pretty good. He was kind of dopey yesterday, but now it comes around and you're like, that's pretty good.
Was it something I said?
Yeah.
I remember when I was covering the Bucks back then, and I went into the locker room to interview on a Wednesday. It was open locker rooms, and I sat down with Rondé Barber, and Rondé Barber was like, "Did you watch that kid on ESPN last night?" ESPN was showing LeBron James' high school games because he was such a good player.
Yeah,
and they would show them, and all the athletes were watching. It was amazed by it. Yeah,
well, that's like that Cooper Flag. I got to tell you right now, it's funny because right now the top 3 NBA players are not Americans.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Doncic.
Doncic. You've got Franz Wagner from the Magic. I think is one of the best.
Giannis.
And Giannis.
Yeah.
Those 3 I think are really the top 3. Arguably there's other guys that are fantastic, great guys. Anthony Davis is unbelievable for the Lakers, but they're really coming on. Europe and other countries, around the world are sending players now because you didn't see that before. Like Tony Kukoc back in the day.
Kukoc and Vlade Divac.
Vlade,
Yao Ming.
Yao Ming came over. That was
right. There was just like a handful of guys that you knew. What's his name? That played for Dallas, the center, the big tall white guy. I forget what his name is. Or the Flying Dutchman. From Indiana, from the Pacers. There was a handful of guys, but now it's half the league is from different areas and stuff. Speaking of basketball, I hate that this is a thing, but whatever. Caitlin Clark spoke about white privilege and the belief that she's benefited from it during an interview with Time Magazine after being named the publication's Athlete of the Year. Clark's comment caused quite a stir across media landscapes, and now the WNBA star is clarifying the point that she was trying to make, addressing her critics, saying, quote, "I want to say I've earned every single thing, but as a white person, there is privilege," Caitlin Clark said. A lot of those players in the league have been really good, have been black players. This league has kind of been built on them. I have to continue to try and change that. The more we can evaluate black women, that's going to be a beautiful thing.
So I think that she's just being fair. I think that she sees it from a perspective that most people don't. I mean, we talked about this, last year about how I said, look, Caitlin Clark is a great player. She's probably the greatest player in women's college basketball and in the WNBA right now. But there are other really great players, and the reason why you guys are so interested in her and other people is because she's white. Not that you don't like the black players, but you associated with her. You saw something in her that attracted you to her, and a lot of that is because she's white. You're familiar with it. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's just it's recognition.
I don't feel that way. I feel it's because she's a rookie that came in and started blowing everybody away. Yeah, that's really what I feel like.
But how come you didn't? Maybe you didn't. I don't remember. But how come you didn't go watch the Bayou Barbie when she was a rookie?
They came in the same
or somebody before her that was really good. You know what I'm saying?
Because you couldn't bet on it.
Yeah, that's
Galvin,
also something.
The first time I became aware of Caitlin Clark was the national championship when her and Bayou Barbie were fighting on the court.
Right. Yes, because it was a story.
That picture right there.
There was a white girl versus a black girl, and you associated with the white girl. And that's not. I'm not saying you're a bad person for it. You saw it's white black girls like to play with black Barbie dolls. You know what you're familiar with, and people who.
Yeah, but I didn't turn it on because it's a white girl versus a black girl.
But I did. I was because I'm like, oh look, and she's white. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's not saying like the same thing with Serena and Venus Williams for black girls. But then now they're watching tennis, and now there's a black girl that they can.
And it stood out because they're playing tennis, which black girls weren't playing a lot of tennis. You didn't see a lot of female players in tennis. Same with Tiger Woods.
And a majority of the good WNBA players were black ladies. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think though that people who deny it aren't really seeing the truth. I think they're so worried about being labeled as racist that they're like, whoa. So when somebody says, like when Caitlin Clark comes out and says, look, I have a little bit of privilege of being white because I had all this attention on me, she's right. She's telling the truth. Yeah, it doesn't make her a better or worse player.
I don't disagree with that, no. Yeah. But that's not what drew my attention. Maybe that's why, maybe...
Gio, if her name was Felicia Ungwembakwe, and she was a great WNBA player, I don't think you would be like, I'm going to a
maybe subconsciously, but I don't think that's what.
I think it's very subconscious.
Yeah,
I think it's very subconscious because I know you. I know you're not racist. I know that you don't dislike black people. You love black athletes, but I think the fact that it was a woman that was so far removed from you, a black woman, that you wouldn't pay attention, but all of a sudden she's a white woman. Now that has something to do with you, and you're paying more attention to it.
See, I think it has. I think it was the perfect storm. I think it's the NIL.
You're probably right.
You know what I mean. So
you're probably right, Carmen.
But so to just say that it's because she's white, I feel like that takes. But I feel like that does take away from her success and her playing.
There's no denying her success because her numbers are there.
She's definitely marketable. I think she's definitely. A lot of I do agree with that to an extent.
Yeah, I think it's part of it.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah,
right. But I also,
I hate the white privilege thing. That just annoys me.
Yeah. I know because you're white. That's the problem.
But like all the conservative right wing media, they're destroying her now. They say she's gone woke. She should have just stayed silent. And she's getting
feel
destroyed.
like she's being honest.
I agree too.
I think her honesty is probably adding to her character and making her more marketable.
Do you remember back in the day they wanted Jordan? Of course, Jordan, the greatest player of all time, and they asking him all this stuff and and everything, and they wanted him to back a black Democrat from North Carolina that was running for whatever political office, and his mother wanted him to get involved, and he was like, I don't really want to get involved and stuff, and they asked him about it, and he goes, because Republicans buy Nikes too. And they were like, oh my God, you're the worst. Listen, he's trying to make money.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to cut off half of his audience.
Yeah. It's very difficult. I mean, people, I'll tell you right here, people turn against you. There are people who mad at me because I voted for Trump. There's people mad at me because I'm not harsh enough on Trump. And then there's people who feel like I should be more supportive of Trump. So people are never going to be happy with what your choices are.
Yeah.
There's just nothing you can do about that except be like Michael Jordan and try to stay middle of the road when you're trying to sell products. I'm not trying to sell anything, so I don't care.
Well, the show.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to change the way I do my thinking.
Because then that wouldn't be the show.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nikita Kucherov had a goal and 5 assists.
God damn it, I almost bet on it last night.
Jake Guentzel scored a hat trick, and the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Calgary Flames 8-3.
Guentzel hat trick.
Guentzel's great, man. Guentzel, by the way, always bet on Guentzel to get a point, at least an assist or something, whatever. He's unbelievable.
Great name to call a girl, too.
Braden Point had a goal and 3 assists, and Anthony Cirelli, Brandon Hagel, and Connor Geeky also scored for Tampa Bay, which was that without their captain, Victor Hedman, with a lower body injury, but they beat the Flames 8-3 last night. By the way, first time that they won there in Calgary is since like 2000. 2019 or 2020 or something. It's been a while. I don't know how long, but good for the Lightning. That's good to hear. 2.6 million Stanley mugs are being recalled.
What?
I got 1.6 million of them inside.
After 38 people suffered burns. Apparently, they have faulty lids that have been detaching during use.
Oh,
so you got to drink and then coffee all over you.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. So be careful with that.
But also, those Stanleys are huge. If you're filling that up with hot coffee,
that's also another good way to get rid of my wife.
Oh,
oh my god!
I'm just saying, William Stanley.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't talk about it.
Is anybody else sweating?
It is hot.
It's warm. It's toasty.
I'm sweating.
I don't know. I was
you
thinking.
also have the vent blowing
It's blowing
down
right at me.
I'll have to go take care of it, but I can't do it until we go to break.
A new poll asked thousands of bus travelers worldwide to rank the things that are most annoy them that other riders do. So if you're on the bus, what do you think? What do you think?
Talking on speakerphone.
Let's see. No.
Really?
Listening to music loudly.
Carmen, number one, playing music too loud.
I got to tell you, I don't mind. Like, they have earbuds. They have headphones. There's a whole line of things for you to listen to your own music quietly.
Yeah, that's wild whenever people are listening to music out in public and you're like, I don't want to hear your stuff.
And I have to tell you, loud music, like if I can hear your car, like your music from your car, it's too loud.
Yeah.
I'm so old.
I don't understand the people who pull up to a gas pump, leave their music on, and go inside to pay, and leave their car there. They're not even
they
there.
leave their doors open and everything.
They want you to go, oh man, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
They didn't write it.
What I do is just crank Slayer so loud and just stare at him like crazy. So number one response, Carmen, you got it. Playing music too loud. Number two, participating in sexual activity.
Yeah. On the bus? I'd like to see
on
that.
the bus, right? Followed by having poor hygiene.
Yeah.
You don't want to be the stinky person on the bus. Those are global rankings, but among Americans, the most annoying thing is personal hygiene, then playing music too loud, followed by, Joe, vaping or smoking.
All right. Chucking clouds, baby.
Talking loudly, and then sexual activity was fifth for Americans. They say that. Other annoyances further down the ranking is passing gas, leaving trash in their seat, arguing with other passengers, and reclining the seat without asking the person behind them.
My favorite is talking to Tony while he's on the train.
Yeah.
And I get this. Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
So it's really low because he's doing it on his Bluetooth or whatever, but he's trying to be, cognizant of the people around him. Yeah.
Courteous.
Sure. I saw a video the other day of a subway, and a guy was laying across the subway bench, whatever, just laying there and peeing.
Yeah,
laying sideways.
Those are just mental people.
But there's other people on the subway just standing there like,
what are you gonna do?
This happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I would at least move.
I know.
They're just like, I guess this is Tuesday. This is what happens. Today is National Ice Cream Day.
Big fan.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your fave?
Lately, I've been on a Moose Tracks.
Moose Tracks good.
Yeah. Yes, it has a little bit of everything: chocolate, peanut butter, caramel.
She's never this excited unless she's talking about food.
I got my wife, her favorite that they have at Publix usually right around this time of year is Santa's White Christmas. Oh. Have you ever had that?
I'd say that to my wife. Here comes Santa's White.
It's got a little bit of like chocolate, like flakes in there. It's got kind of a coffee flavor to it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I can't eat ice cream because I'm fat and I'm on a diet, but I did watch my wife go to the freezer, open it up, get a Dove bar, come in, sit down, eat it, and look me right in the eyes.
Oh, that's good.
Can I tell you what my go-to is if I go to like an ice cream shop?
What you got?
Mint chocolate chip sundae. I've had it since I was a kid. One of the girls on my gymnastics team, her dad owned an ice cream parlor, so we'd always go there.
Nice.
And yes, it was the best. And they made it for me once. And now, whenever I go to get ice cream, I can't get anything else.
I gotta tell you,
not compare.
Mint chocolate chip, that's good, but I think that's too much. Like a full sundae with it, like a little bit.
Rich.
Yeah, it's like refreshing after a meal or something. You have a little bit, you're like, that's good. But a whole thing, I'd be like, all right, too much.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, I just get like a 1 scoop sundae, so it's not too crazy. crazy. But it's one of those things. Like, it's not the same at home, and you don't really get it anywhere else because the mint chocolate chip out of the carton is not the same as getting it from an ice cream store.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's a once in a while thing.
I will tell you that I'm gonna butcher the name. I can't remember how to pronounce it. Mandelos.
Yeah, Damien Mandela.
Okay, Mandelo.
Is it Mandelo? I don't know.
Ends with an O.
Yeah, Mandelo.
Mandelo. Yeah. All right, so I just remember Mandela. Okay. But they have it's not gelati, it's gelata.
Yeah.
So there's different.
Ice and ice cream.
Is it? I don't know, but it's so good. Yeah. And they because have you been in there? Do you know what it is? So it's Italian, and you go up to the counter and you order, and then they bring the food over to you. But it's really good. They have pizza and pasta and all the different stuff. But then they have a whole dessert section that you go up, and they've got the gelata in there, and they've got cookies and all kind of stuff. And I'm always like, all right, let me just get a small little, and it's like a little tiny thing.
Right.
They pack it in there so much. I'm like, you really don't have to. Yeah. I don't need that much.
There's that place in Tampa downtown where they do the 5-pound ice cream cone. Have you seen that?
Oh no!
It's like this big.
Who's eating that?
Well, if you eat it, I think you win a prize or it's for free or something.
The prize? Diabetes.
Chugging a gallon of milk.
I see it on Instagram a lot. It's like a 5-pound ice cream cone.
Oh. Do they still is Stone Cold Creamery? Are they still around?
Yeah.
They have a couple.
They do the chop and do all that stuff.
There's a place in Carrollwood right next to like the TJ Maxx and Crunch Fitness. There's Matt and Tanya's, yes, that's what I was trying to think. I Googled Matt and Kim. I couldn't remember. But yeah, Matt and Tanya's best.
Yep.
They
make all their ice cream.
Yes. If I'm going out to get ice cream, that is where we go. We make that trip.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, and then just to let you guys know, even if you get a single serve sundae, if you get it to go, they really give you like 3 scoops.
Good stuff. How about this? Diddy's facing multiple new sexual assault lawsuits with 3 unnamed accusers.
I'm thinking about naming them at this point. Everybody's just piling on.
By the way, 3 unnamed accusers that I hear are all men.
Oh.
Claiming the mogul drugged and raped them. And these individuals are all alleging the assaults happened much more recently than other claims that he's facing. TMZ obtained multiple new lawsuits, all filed by the same New York-based attorney, not Tony Busby, with unnamed plaintiffs all claiming Diddy drugged them and then sodomized them, with the earliest claim dating back to 2019.
Yeah, that's just so insane to me. It's so insane. I mean, talking about a guy who was banging J-Lo.
Yeah,
now banging and drugging and banging dudes.
Could you imagine going to a Diddy party and you're like, this is unbelievable. This is before you knew any of this stuff. I'm going to go to a Diddy party. You know how many famous people are going to be there? And then, hey, man, nice to meet you. You want a drink? Yeah. Glub, glub, glub. Snore. Wake up. What's Diddy doing to me?
Why am I sore?
Or you wake up the next day and you're like, I vaguely remember Diddy coming in.
Terrible.
I just don't. I don't know. Like, so are all these people who went to Diddy parties, Jamie Foxx and Ashton Kutcher and LeBron and all these people, are they all into doing each other?
I don't know.
I think you go to these parties, you're rich, you're famous, tons of money. You think you can get away with anything.
Not only do you think you can get away with anything, but it's all your peers, and they're all so rich and so famous that they're not hanging out with average Joe guy, whatever. Right. You're hanging around with these people, and you're like, oh, I mean, LeBron's doing it. If LeBron's doing it, I'm not going to get caught.
I don't know, man. I hang out with David Wells a lot. And if David Wells started poking other people in the rear, I'd go, I like what Dave is doing, but not this.
Yeah, but if you were into it, and then you had opportunity, you'd be like, oh, all right.
If I was into it, yeah.
Or do you go to one of these parties as a new celebrity? Like, think about it, young LeBron James, fresh out of high school, 18 years old, already in the NBA.
Hot.
He goes but he goes to a party. Diddy drugs and rapes him. Has it on video, and now it's, you're part of the gang. Get in here and start doing it with me. Otherwise, I'm going to show everyone what I did to you.
That's more likely, and that's the whole Epstein thing, and that's what they say happened there. There's all these rich, famous people, whatever, and you're going, and you don't know. Nobody, you're probably not asking, is that girl 13?
Right.
You know what I mean? You're thinking, oh, it's an island and he's rich and he's got a bunch of broads around and stuff. And then you bang one and he goes, she's 13. I got it on video. You're doing everything I tell you to do now.
Or you specifically showed up for that.
Yeah, there could be that as well.
Okay, let me ask you this. A celebrity of moderate success. Let's say Michael B. Jordan. He's successful.
Okay.
He's very successful.
Right. But Michael B. Jordan on his come up gets caught up in one of these Diddy things where he bangs an underage girl and then they say, ha, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Michael B. Jordan goes to the FBI the next day and says, I was tricked into doing something. I mean, the FBI comes out and says that this guy came to us.
Guess what?
Do they?
The FBI is a part of it.
Yeah.
They're the ones covering it up.
You got the FBI in it.
But also think about this. The FBI, the guy goes to him and talks to the FBI, and then the FBI goes and talks to Diddy, and Diddy goes, do you guys want to make $100 million?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you say that he did it, I'll give you $100 million. And they go, that's no problem at all.
Case closed.
Yeah. And we close the case, Not only do we get paid, we close the case, and we look like the heroes.
I just think that's what happens when you've got unlimited money and resources.
Well,
what about this? One of these guys brings a girl that Diddy or somebody else is interested in. They drug the guy, do stuff to him so that they can use the girl, take him out of the loop, and then they still have they can still blackmail him because
they got the video.
Yeah, they got video.
Yeah.
You know,
Joe's got it down. He knows what's going on.
A lot of these people say that Diddy was like threatening their lives.
Yeah,
if you say anything, and there's a video of him beating the woman up in the hallway.
Yeah,
she's
there's
like,
a lot of stuff.
If you talk, I'll have you and your whole family killed, and nobody will care.
Yeah, and who's going to believe Diddy did it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Can you imagine Diddy having so much money and now all this time being in jail? How miserable he must be.
Imagine his lifestyle on just a normal day to day.
Right.
Well, for decades compared
kind of like the Prince of Zamunda where they come in time to wash the prince's TV.
The good thing is he still gets to have sex with guys.
As much as he wants.
Yeah, it's wild. The Billboard Music Awards went down last night. Did anybody watch?
I did.
Well,
I watched Shabuzi.
You watched Taylor Swift win a bunch of different stuff. Taylor Swift had quite the haul. She got top artist, top female artist, top Billboard 200 artist,
top male artist,
top Hot 100 artist, top Hot 100 songwriter, top streaming song artist, top radio song artist, top Billboard Global 200 artist, and top Billboard Global Artist excluding the U.S.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. There were a few other awards for people to win. Chapel Roan won Top New Artist. Morgan Wallen was named Top Male Artist. And Mike said Shabuzi won Top Song Sales Artist.
I watched Shabuzi sing two songs, and I thought they were the same song. I go, how is he doing the same song twice?
Yeah.
Shabuzi's got one. He's a one-trick pony.
Some of the other stuff, SZA won Top R&B Artist. Drake beat Kendrick Lamar for Top Rap Artist.
Say who is hosting that?
I don't know.
Because they had a woman hosting it, a fat, unattractive woman, and I'd never seen her before, Michelle somebody, and I couldn't figure out who she was and how she got there.
Let me see.
I kept saying, who is this woman?
I just typed in fat, unattractive Michelle, and nothing came up.
Well, put in Billboard Awards after that and see if anything comes up.
Let's see.
You know what? Gio should grow a mustache.
Just a mustache.
Way. You look like Taylor Lewan or one of those people who, because that's like the hot move now, just a mustache.
What about with the Raleigh fingers with the curls?
No, just like a down, like Wyatt Earp.
Yeah.
Michelle Buddha? I don't know.
Shaped like
it says
Buddha.
that she is a stand-up comedian, actress, television host, producer, and
never saw her before.
host. I don't know who she is either.
Was she good? Just fat or just not?
Oh,
good?
She's just like a real ass kissy to everybody.
She's known for Netflix Survival of the Thickest.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my watch list.
She's going to be an African American, a woman, and overweight.
Doja Cat won top rap female artist.
Hot.
And you know what I'm always waiting for? Billboard top rock artist.
Oh, I know. I saw it.
I mean, actually, no, Carmen, can you play a little bit? Let's rock out to it, and I'll tell you who it is. Hit it, Carmen. Zach Bryan, that song is good. I'm not saying that he's bad or anything.
Right, but he's not rock.
He's not rock. I had to put a promo together whenever Zach Bryan was here. They were doing whatever show, and they had the thing with him. And I went through like 10 songs trying to get a song that was at least upbeat.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's all
known for like those emotional,
acoustic, emotional. And I'm not saying bad, so don't get mad if you like Zach Bryan. He's not a rock artist.
No. Is this the guy that was dating the chicken fry girl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Chicken legs.
He's a campfire guy.
Chicken sticks.
Chicken fry.
Is it chicken fry?
Chicken fry, yeah.
And that's because she has her legs look like chicken strips? Or there was something about
she's
that?
Always in my algorithm. I'm like, why?
I know why she's in my algorithm because I think she's hot.
Yeah. She's so annoying.
But he actually won trophies for both rock and country.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like talking about a breakup, I'm like, oh my God, who cares?
But if it's on the Billboard Awards, didn't he have to cross over? Wouldn't he have to cross over and actually chart on Billboard in order to win that award?
They must have played him on rock. Do they play him on rock stations?
I don't know. I'm assuming so.
I guess.
Or they charted him as a rock guy.
But it's just wild. It's, but that's how it always is.
I would have guessed Jelly Roll. Nothing for Jelly Roll?
Jelly Roll was on the show last night.
I'm sure he won some stuff. This wasn't everything.
I hear Jelly Roll played on rock stations.
I saw a meme yesterday. It was Jelly Roll with Mel Gibson's face, Melly Roll. That was fantastic.
By the way, who would you think won top rock duo or group? Who's the top rock group or top rock duo?
Top rock group of 2024. Metallica had a new album out.
But it wasn't 2024.
It wasn't.
No.
Okay.
I don't think, right?
No, I thought it was.
72 seasons. I think that came out.
Yeah, I could be wrong.
Duo or group.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
either. Just take a guess.
I don't know.
It was 2023 for Metallica.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters would make sense. I don't know whether
they don't have any new music out though. Thinking of somebody who had new music out last year.
Top rock duo or group according to Billboard. Linkin Park.
Oh, I almost guessed Linkin Park, and I didn't even know that. That's dumb.
Was the lady?
The new album? Yeah, that's
Lady Park.
Not my Linkin Park.
I love it. Joe's showing a picture, and they have the Shinoda guy in the middle instead of the girl. They're like, I mean, you remember him, right? Yeah, it was part of it.
Yeah, that's a weird situation.
By the way, speaking of Morgan Wallen, he pleaded conditionally guilty yesterday. I didn't know that was a thing. To 2 misdemeanor counts of reckless endangerment. He was sentenced to 7 days in jail, but it'll be served at a DUI education center. He also got 2 years of probation and has to pay $350. Fine, yeah.
That'll teach him.
What did he do again that got him in trouble?
I assume a DUI.
Yeah, he was drunk something. I don't know.
I remember he was at a club and he like threw something and almost hit somebody or something like that.
Yeah, but you were Morgan Wallen. That's cool.
Right. Yeah. You're an outlaw. You're an outlaw.
Here's $400. Suck it.
We've talked about it before, especially whenever they first came on, the storage wars and all that stuff of going and buying some of the storage units and doing stuff.
I'm still interested in doing that.
What would be a cool thing to find in a storage unit where you'd be like, oh, this is unbelievable. I'm definitely going to be rich because of this.
Rich or have, like if I opened up a storage unit and it was somebody's guitar collection or stereo equipment or something.
I mean, you get some good money off of that. You know, if you found out, oh, this was Dwayne Allman's guitar that he recorded, whatever, and you had it dated and everything.
And I did take ownership of a storage unit in the early 90s, and all I got was those little Hallmark figures somebody was collecting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would be no good.
I'd say some types of sports memorabilia.
Memorabilia.
Babe Ruth baseball.
For some reason, there's a Hannes Wagner card in there or something.
Mickey Mantle rookie card.
Yeah.
Like an undriven Corvette.
Yeah, that's in pristine condition and stuff. How about tapes containing unreleased Michael Jackson songs recorded between 89 and 91?
What?
They were found in an abandoned storage unit.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
That is, I mean, I would, with the computers now, you take that, you turn those into new songs, you get new albums.
You'd have to be so scared that you're going to ruin those tapes and stuff because those things can just be ruined so fast.
How the hell does that end up in a storage unit, though?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Whenever, they were doing stuff, moving something, and they meant to bring it back, and they left it there or forgot about it and stuff. You got to think he had so much music that was unreleased that,
Well, then they tried to release an album of unreleased stuff a couple years back, and it was none of it was any good.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Prince said Prince has more unreleased stuff than anyone in the world, that he was always jamming and recording and doing doing stuff.
And it's usually like, okay, you can 100% see why they didn't want to release this.
Yeah.
It's never
but it's probably not finished. You know,
right?
Like, if you can give it to somebody and ask them to finish it, you know, you give that stuff to. What's that kid? That Andrew Watt or one of those hot producers now, and let them fix it up. You know,
I remember when the Prince stuff came out, people were like, "There's no way he would want this out right now." It was
probably
so
not. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the reason they're as good as they are, because they have ownership of it and they can put out what they want to put out. And they go, "Yeah, this isn't ready," or "I don't want to put this out yet." Did you ever hear the story about Dave Grohl with Prince? That he. Was somewhere, whatever, and he ran into Prince, and he goes, obviously, I'm a huge fan and stuff. And Prince, we were talking, and he's like, we should jam sometime. He goes, I'm playing at the Forum. Prince telling Dave Grohl, he goes, you should come down and this, that, whatever. He goes, come down like before the show, whatever. And so Dave Grohl said like 2 days later, he goes down and goes in, and he goes, and this is the LA Forum, huge, nobody in there, anything, whatever. And he goes up, and Prince is like, hey, man, what are you doing here? And he goes, you told me to come down and jam. And he goes, oh, do you want to jam? He goes, what do you want to do? You want to play drums? And so he gets up and starts playing drums. And he said that Prince stood there for like a minute, whatever, and then grabbed the bass player's bass, whatever, and started jamming. He goes, and we're jamming.
He's amazing.
With the sound system of the LA Forum with nobody in there. And I'm jamming with Prince. He goes, it was the wildest thing in the world.
That's great.
That's got to be so awesome. Finally, in news, a lot of people died this year. We're at the end of the year. We were talking about death pool points and all that type of stuff. I have a bunch of different people that died. Did we know that they died? Are we like, yeah?
Or did we miss some points?
Yeah, maybe we missed some points. Let's see. Liam Payne, we know.
Yep.
He died. Carl Weathers.
Yep.
Dead. Toby Keith.
Oh, yeah. Toby Keith.
Passed away.
I forget so many of these.
Richard Lewis.
Yeah.
Richard Lewis died. Comedian Richard Lewis. Yeah. Let's see. Emmett Walsh, which is one of those guys that you've seen in a million different
Walking
movies.
Dead?
No.
Oh,
no.
I know him with the bald guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Taggart from Beverly Hills Cop?
No, he died too.
He died too, but he is the doctor from Fletch.
Yep.
Babar, is that with two B's or one? Yeah, that's the that guy. Lou Gossett Jr.
Dead.
These are all you're just going through Mike's list.
O.J. Simpson.
Dead. Oh yeah, O.J.
Yes.
died. Yeah. Dabney Coleman.
Yep.
We killed him. Remember?
Yep.
Nobody had
talked about Dabney Coleman forever. We brought him up. He was dead 3 days later.
We talked about what a weird name Dabney is.
Dabney, and how great he was though on so many different things. Morgan Spurlock.
Oh yeah.
Supersize Me.
Supersize Me.
Yeah, he died.
Did he had cancer?
Yeah, he ate all those birds.
Yeah.
Something.
Hall of Famer Bill Walton from the Lakers.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
Dead. Martin Mull. Dead.
Uh-huh.
So many different ones. Oh, Shelley Duvall.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
was in bad shape.
She got really weird.
She was bad for a while.
I know you had this one for sure on your death pool. Dr. Ruth. You have it right?
Dead.
Yeah.
Donnie Most. Ralph Mouth from Happy Days.
Richard Simmons.
Donnie Most not dead. I just threw that in.
Shannon Doherty.
Oh, that was sad.
Oh, the great. I love him. Bob Newhart. Bob Newhart gone.
Yeah, but he was 90 something.
Yeah, long life. John Amos, the actor, father from Good Times.
Was Bob Barker this year?
No, that's been a few years, I think, right? Phil Donahue, James Earl Jones.
Phil Donahue.
Carmen, you watched all the different Harry Potter. Dame Maggie Smith.
She was the best.
Oh,
she was the absolute best.
Chris Christopherson, Terry Garr, Quincy Jones.
Terry Garr was one of those that would make the death pool list every year.
Chuck Woolery.
Oh yeah, Chuck Woolery.
Oh.
2 and 2.
Tony Todd, Candyman.
Yep.
He just recently, right? Fernando Valenzuela.
Oh yeah, little fat Mexican Dodger pitcher.
Yeah. Another baseball player, Pete Rose, passed away.
I forgot about Pete Rose.
Not in my house. Dikembe Mutombo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that coffin. How tall that thing must be.
Terrible. Willie Mays, Jerry West, Ethel Kennedy. Lots of different people, man. This is one I did not realize. I mean, we may have talked about it, but if you asked me, I would have said, no, he's still alive. Joe Lieberman.
I don't recall that happening.
Right?
Yeah.
Democratic presidential hopeful, Senator Joe Lieberman.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. So there's just a few different ones. Tito Jackson. We talked about Michael, Tito. Yeah. Phil Lesh that I had on my list forever.
Do you remember that Medicine Man interviewed the daughter of Tito Jackson and said, how do you feel about your father being the fat one in the Jackson?
And then Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensive coordinator Monty Kiffin.
Monty Kiffin.
Sad. Kiffin. Yeah, passed away. So a bunch of different people.
Don't forget about baseball coaching great Mike. What was his name?
Mike Martin.
Mike Martin.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Chichi Rodriguez.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a new Jerry Springer documentary coming out on Netflix. I totally forgot Jerry Springer was dead.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah, he died.
Do you know how hard I tried
we just saw him.
Do you know how hard I tried to buy you a Mike Martin autograph for Christmas?
Couldn't find one anywhere.
I already have one.
You could have just faked it. Yeah. Nobody would know.
I got a baseball sign of Mike Martin.
You do not.
I do.
You do not.
I do.
Do you really?
Yes.
That's funny. It's worthless.
I worked for the broadcast baseball team.
Oh,
yeah.
Gotcha.
That is it for news.
All right, Galvin, thank you.
Got it.
We will take a quick break. If you want to get through, our phone numbers are 800-771-1025. They're wide open. We'll do them next. It's Mike Calta Show's 1025 The Bone. I wish I can get out there tomorrow. I'll be too busy running around town with all my events that I have to go on this weekend.
All right. A lot of events.
Any takers yet?
Oh, yeah. I'll before we leave.
Okay.
I'll write it down.
If you want to get through, 800-771-1025.
By the way, another way to possibly make some money is tonight, drawing for Mega Millions, $670 million.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I heard they're giving everybody a lottery ticket that goes to the Christmas.
Oh, all right. Cash option, $317.8 million.
I'll take it. I would take it. And I had the best weekend ever. Tell you that. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Mike, I have a question. What are your feelings and your opinion on what happened with Roger and JP yesterday?
I don't really know what happened. I feel like I don't know if I'm being bamboozled into something. If it's real, if it's not, it doesn't seem to be adding up to me, sir. The facts don't seem to add up. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, they said they've known for about 6 months about it, and they didn't say anything, and they did the dead guy, and they said, whenever they say John Ritter, that means it's their last show.
Yeah.
And they did that.
It appears that there is some truth to it, but I don't really know what the full story is. Carmen seems to know more than all of us.
I know that everyone here doesn't know anything, is what I know.
There was no company email. We wish them well on their endeavors.
That is true. We did not get the email that usually when somebody gets fired that says, please be advised, Roger and JP no longer work for the company. We wish them well on their future endeavors. Yeah.
They still work for the company.
Yeah.
You know, they still do because they do
the morning show in Long Island.
Exactly, and they're still doing that. So that's,
What's your opinion on it, sir?
I think it sucks if they were fired.
What would you?
I love their show.
Let's assume they are fired. What would you replace them with?
That's tough. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought about it, and I really don't know because I love listening to them at lunchtime. I'm a truck driver, so I listen to you guys every day. Mike, I listen to you every morning.
God bless you, sir.
And I love your show. I love your show. I love listening to all you guys.
Thank you.
Make my day.
Thank you. Well, I will tell you this. Something will be on, and it may be something you love more, and it may be something you love less. I don't know, but something will be on for sure.
I hope so. I love listening to the Bone.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a great holiday, and I'm sure it'll be resolved by the end of the year.
You too. God bless, guys.
Thanks,
Take
pal.
care. Have a good day.
What a nice guy.
I know, Monica takes a lot of heat online from people, a lot of haters.
But everybody was very nervous about Monica yesterday.
I saw one tweet. It said, when I said I would do anything to get rid of Monica, I didn't mean this.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, morning, Mike. It's your favorite gun guy, Big Frank.
What's up, Frank?
Nothing. Just wanted to call, say good morning, say you'll be missed tomorrow.
Frank will be out at the Shark Coast Tactical tomorrow. Now, do you get something for Will for his birthday, or does he have enough stuff?
Well, you get for the guy who has everything,
right.
But I did personally buy my friend Will a gift. He is always a good guy to all of us in the shop when we want to get something.
Yeah. He seems pretty cool. Like, I'd feel like if I lived closer, I'd hang out with Will more, even though he is an odd bird.
he is a very odd bird, but listen, he's just a great guy, and he takes care of everybody. You know what I mean? I couldn't imagine having 80 employees to worry about.
If I was ever to be I was going to say if I was ever to be attacked by someone, I would want you and Will to be there. But I was attacked in front of both the idiots. You didn't do anything.
Well, no, you better back that up.
I'm kidding, Frank. I'm kidding. You'd be my number one protector.
All right.
Thank you, brother. Have a great holiday.
Love you, Frank.
Give me the stand down. Hey, love you, Pop.
See you, buddy. He's the nicest guy. I'll take. I see all the phone calls coming in. I'll take the calls, the Roger and JP calls, and all that stuff. But don't forget, Under Oath is happening on Tuesday. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Listen, I think you got them fired. A month ago, 2 months ago, you talked about changing up the lineup on the shows, and Roger and JP, you said they had to go. Now, a month later, they're
that's
gone.
right.
What did I say?
You are the kiss of death of 102.5 The Bone.
Well, that might be
you
true.
You guys have a great day.
You too, pal. That might be true. I might accidentally. We killed Dabney Coleman.
We were talking hypotheticals, and you said that they would be the show to go.
Well,
oh, man.
Like if I had to pick one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they weren't from here.
Yeah, you picked one. What are you talking about? You did this. You picked one. You said you would fire him. You fired him.
Now there's a trail.
All right. Let me ask you. Who do you replace Roger and JP with? So let's go with the facts that we know. That according to them, it was Cox Media Group budget cuts across the country, not just here in Tampa, it was across the country budget cuts. So we had to shave it down. So that means you have to be within the station budget to replace that show. What do you do?
Sad Weirdos.
Oh no, for real.
Yeah, it's a show on the station.
Okay, you want to do a show that's going to benefit the listener. You want to do a show that's going to generate money and interest. I mean, I've seen those shark videos got two views on them.
Do you move like Johnny B or Mo into middays?
That's what I would think. Who would you rather have on, Johnny B or Mo? Or do you bring them back together?
Wow.
Oh, no, probably not. They didn't get along very well, right?
Who is on Johnny?
Wasn't a lot of I want to host. I
Who is on Johnny B's show right now?
I think it's just Johnny B, right? And he brings in...
He's not featuring anybody?
He brings in like comedian friends and stuff.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. But there's no regular on his show? He doesn't have a phone screener? He doesn't have a...
I don't know, but...
No, he is by himself.
Yeah, how about that?
Completely by himself, because I've texted with him recently.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you got to work? Yeah, what are you doing?
What's going on?
Carmen,
I mean, she's like, we gotta try out something.
Johnny and Carmen?
Would it be Johnny B featuring Carmen, or would it be Carmen featuring Johnny?
The Carmen show.
Yeah, the Carmen show.
I don't want that. No.
Let me ask you a question. If they said to you, Carmen, after the Mike Calta show, will you do away with the after show and you just take over at 10 o'clock and from 10 to 12 is the Carmen show?
No.
Really?
Wow.
Most people would jump at that opportunity.
I'll do the
Carmen show. And I've said, go for it, Gio. I've said this.
What about Carmonica?
Listen, I've said this before. I am in Galvin's boat. I do not want to host my own show. I would co-host a show 100%, but hosting a show is not enticing.
So what if it was you and Carmonica?
Monica the host?
So you don't believe in Monica's ability to host?
No, I'm just trying to think of our connection because we get along and we like each other, but we do not agree on a lot of things.
But that's good. You don't agree.
Right. I know, but then again, it's like, do I really want to work with someone where it is just constantly bickering back and, you know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? I think that would get old. And so I don't know if that would work.
What about Mid Dizzy with Carmen? Middays with Dizzy, Mid Dizzy and Carmen.
Me, Dizzy, Monica?
No, I didn't say Monica.
I've added her. I can add her, can I?
Can we call it Darman?
Carmizzi?
Okay, so
Carmen's out.
Dizzy, Carmen, and Monica. Would you do that?
It's amateur hour.
He said,
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Oh, hi there, Mike Calta.
Too early. Mike Calta Show, low.
Hey, man. Hey, it's always been our company policy. If we have an employee that we know just isn't going to make the cut, we never fire people before
the holidays. That's a real douche move, and there's plenty of time slots and on-air personalities within this 102.5 The Bone that could not be missed. So if it was a budget thing, it's a budget thing. But
who you got?
Who you got? Who's top on your list?
Who's going?
Everybody knows that douche Garabo. Nobody likes that guy's insults. All he does is insult, and he gets people rubbed the wrong way, and that produces results, I suppose.
Does very well in the rating.
Yeah, he hasn't done that in a long time.
I got you. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your input. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Morning. Yeah, the Roger JP thing sucks. I'm going to miss them. It's my second favorite show besides you guys.
Thank you.
And also, I'm going to miss the second best Mike Calta impersonation behind Carmen.
Yeah, I'm not going to miss. Yeah, that's true. You're right. I give you that. Carmen's got me nailed. Thank you, sir. Carmen's got me nailed. What's that, Carmen?
I got you nailed.
Oh, it's like I'm talking to myself. That's so amazing.
I'm talking to myself. You guys are frozen on Bone TV.
Yeah.
I usually like to watch Mike's face when I'm making fun of him.
Oh.
And I didn't get to see it.
To tell if he likes it or if he's legitimately angered.
If it's time to stop, right?
Yeah, exactly. I need to know.
Do I back off or do I hit the gas?
Do I keep going?
Oh, he's laughing. Okay. Oh, no, he's doing the finger across the throat move.
Yeah, listen, the sound was, I'm
Duplicate, destroy, deny. You're next.
No.
Roger and JP and Carmen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's that.
It's always at the end of the year, though. That's when.
Yeah, everybody does it before Christmas.
Yeah. When I got fired from iHeart, it was literally like 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Oof.
The Monday before Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was the excuse?
Same thing. No money. We did the budget. You're not a part of it anymore. So we'd like you to leave.
Is that how they said it?
Yes. So you'll notice your email's already been shut off and all your logins have been changed, and we can go ahead and escort you out the building.
Never use my work email.
No, either do I.
Keep it.
Since then, I do not.
Yeah.
But then again, that guy that just called said that Roger JP said yesterday that they've known about it for 6 months. So if they have, then that's not like a budget cut thing, right? I don't know. I don't know.
And the budget was cut 6 months ago. They probably
just signed a contract, so that budget was already in play.
That's what I don't understand. They claim to be in the middle of a 4-year contract.
Right.
So how does that work?
Exactly.
If I have a contract and that contract has 2 more years left on it and I get fired, I get paid for those 2 years, unless they fired me for some reason that violated my contract. Yeah. So,
again, technically, they are not fired. They still have a job, so they just relinquished them from one of their duties.
Yeah, but then do they still get paid for that? I mean, if I have a contract, I'm getting paid for it.
I'd rather get paid and sit home.
And that doesn't make any sense for budget cuts. If you're still getting paid,
right,
then you would have them on, instead of
fulfill their contract.
Yeah. I don't know.
So it doesn't make sense.
I always feel like I'm about to get fired.
Do you really?
I do.
I used to. When I worked at the other show.
Gio has given that to me. I haven't got.
I would say I'm always prepared to get fired.
Well, I'm always prepared.
Yeah.
Financially, but I don't like I used to live in fear of getting fired, and then one day I was like, I found another job 3 times already.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
I'm like not even like financially. I'm prepared. If I got fired today, I'm still rolling.
Yeah, because you have another job, Gio.
No, I'm not even talking about. I'm just like I have everything I need to get another job, and I'm taking everything with me.
Yeah, I agree.
It's happened to me like 5 times.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Good morning. How are we doing?
Good. What's up?
Well, I'm a truck driver too, and I'll be honest. Like, I get up at 4 a.m, so I have to listen to Roger and JP in the morning, and I guess what annoys me the most is like when they press the buttons and it makes like the extra noises, like that guy in the envelope when I have to hear the ringing, like when somebody gets the right answer or like the wrong answer, it's in the morning, and it's just a little excessive. Like you guys are exactly. So I mean, my favorite is obviously like looking forward to you guys at 6 a.m. and then I love Drew Garabo with John's setting as well, like then I have something else to look forward to. Otherwise, I have to like listen to music in the middle of the day.
So you're glad?
I mean, I hate to be a hater, huh?
You're glad
you have your opinion.
Yeah, well, just I just can't wait for 2025. We got Trump as the president, and now I get to, get rid of the buzzing in the 4 a.m.
What would you prefer to hear? What would you prefer to hear in that hour? Like now that there's going to be some changes, what would make you happy?
Oh, it's tough because I like you guys in the morning, and then I don't want to make you guys overwork yourselves, and
we're not,
so I don't know.
You're safe there. Well, I hope whatever it is, it's better for you, sir. Thank you.
A lot of people in the chat are saying they want JoJo to host middays.
Oh,
I'm not against that. I think JoJo belongs. She's on the wrong side of the building.
Yeah.
She belongs on air. I've been saying that for years. Carmen.
Yes.
You don't really feel like you're going to get fired at any minute, do you?
I mean, at the moment, no. Did I used to? Yes.
Yeah, we all do in the beginning because it's just insecurity about the job.
But now I do way too much. If you let me go, this place would crumble.
Yeah, that's what Spanish thought. Mike Calta Show, hello.
I heard you one day when
Hey, good morning. Great show, guys.
Thank you.
Good. I was really surprised yesterday, but not surprised. In the telecom business, we call this the Home for the Holidays program. the big guys got to make their money. They got to make their end-of-year bonuses. When they tell you it's budget, don't think that's because you're keeping Debbie in accounting. Mm-hmm. It's because they need to make their bonuses.
My favorite is the people who are like, well, I guess the corporate guys needed a bigger yacht. Oh, you idiots. Thank you, sir. You think that one guy's like, I need to purchase a bigger boat. I know he was being facetious, but that's such a ridiculously dumb thing to say. They look at their bottom line, and if they're not getting close to their bottom line, that's when they have to make some decisions. So I'm not justifying it. I'm just explaining it. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Morning, Mike Calta.
Good. What's happening?
Good, buddy. I was listening yesterday. I listened to you guys, and I kind of cut it off when they closed it out. I was listening yesterday, and they said that it was the money, but it's expensive to do a midday show after morning and afternoon. What makes the money? I don't understand how, because they had a lot of endorsements. What you heard on the radio,
yeah,
and I just don't think. I'm just curious because this is a talk station, and what's going to happen? Like, who's going to fill it out? I don't know if like where they got rid of Shannon, and then because of obviously situations were going on, and they put them in, so they didn't want that controversy, and he was doing his home and all that stuff. So that made sense. This doesn't make sense because you still have to fill that slot, I'm assuming. I don't know anything about radio, just what I listen to you guys. So,
right. So if it's a money thing, they're going to have to do it within the budget of the money that's already existing if they can't add to it. I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
And also, one more thing. I don't think they were in the middle of negotiations. I think in June they were. And before they signed it, that's when they got cut. So yeah, because I was like, why would they cut them? Unless they're going to pay them. I don't know. But as far as I know, what they said yesterday was in June they went in with their GM and program director. Then and then they had a Zoom meeting with John Brennan and the other guy, and that's when they basically said, to get the numbers right, we got to get rid of you. So I think December or January, I think they started January of like 16, I believe it was, or something like that.
Yeah,
15.
It's been some time.
14.
What if they didn't read? What if they didn't read the fine print and they thought they were signing 4 years and they really only signed for 4 months?
Oh, didn't read the fine print. Ooh, I saw 4 there, Raj. I thought it said 4.
4, yeah, year is great.
4, Mike Calta Show, hello.
Hello, good morning, Sam. I, for one, am kind of glad because I think JP's at a point in his life where he's just kind of miserable.
Yeah.
With his dad, and his personal life. I mean, seriously,
so
him and Monica can't get along.
Oh, she's right. Nobody wants to hear other people's misery. Yeah.
It's a downer.
Nobody wants to hear you on the air complaining about your second job every day.
And that's why I stopped doing it. And listen, I don't agree with that. I like hearing other people's misery because it makes me feel better about my life. It's not that bad.
Yeah, but if JP is like, I only can have 1 Porsche now and 1 Corvette as opposed to 2, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, but he's not you. He's not bitching about rich people problems.
I have no people problems.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
I have so many
no
refrigerators. My third AC doesn't work today.
I will have you know that my 13 refrigerators have been more of a hindrance to me than they have been a help.
Carmen, I can tell you the heat works. The heat was working.
I shut it off. You don't feel better?
It's still hot.
Oh, yeah, but it's not pumping out anymore. Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Calta crew. Hey, that last lady was an a-hole.
Whoa, easy.
All right.
Yeah.
JP and Roger were great. You guys are the number one show, but they did a great job from 11 to 2. I think Carmen should be on your show. I don't know why she hasn't been moved there yet.
Wait. You mean Monica or
no? Carmen over here in studio.
Monica,
gotcha. I got over here. Yeah,
Carmen should be on that show because she's amazing. First of all,
Thank you.
Secondly, Monica's probably in the building. She knows everything. Why don't you just grab her?
She is not in the building today.
Why?
They.
She gone.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, no.
Where is she today?
No, so because I'm assuming because of everything that happened yesterday, they gave her the day off, and
Take a day.
and she
Cool
has
off.
been working on doing best of, and then after us, it goes to Drew Saves Christmas at 10, so she wouldn't be working. So there's nothing for her here to do anyway.
Monica
so it's
said
easier.
you're next on the way out.
Yeah.
I got you.
What's she working on best of? Of what? Best of what?
Roger and JP.
They're going to be
Because-
playing
To the end of the
best
year.
Yeah.
What?
Right, so they're off for the rest of the year. So for the
We're
next,
off for the rest of the year.
well, we're still on next week. So for the next 3 weeks during Roger and JP's time slot, it'll be best of for 3 weeks.
Oh, we got to let you go, but we're going to keep playing your stuff.
Seems
Right.
oddly planned.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Yes.
I'd be like, no, you can't. If you don't want me, you can't have my stuff.
And then we're on next week, but we are off for 2 weeks, and we are doing a mix of fill-in and best ofs.
Gotcha.
So
Is Roger and JP going to fill in?
I did not ask them. I guess I should have.
Yeah.
Now that I know they have free time.
I don't think so.
They got time.
I don't know what I enjoy more. The people who are on social media yesterday are like, well, now we have to listen to Roger and JP in Long Island. And I went, well, what did I do? How are you getting mad at me?
Yeah.
Because you fired them.
I didn't fire. And then the other one that are like, well, they're my favorite show on the bone. Hey, wait a second.
Listen, Gio's the one who pointed it out. Literally a couple months ago, you were talking about what show we should replace.
Yeah.
You said get rid of Roger and JP, and now Roger and JP are gone.
I don't recall, Carmen. I don't recall the conversation.
It'll be on the best of.
Yeah.
I'll go find it for you. Don't worry.
We got to take a quick break. And at the top of the hour, Billy Gardell is coming in. Billy is a television star, a bona fide television star, and a long time friend of the show. He's going to be doing One Night at Side Splitters. He'll be in the studio with us at 9 o'clock. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. In New Jersey and other parts of the country, drones are flying over the neighborhood. Nobody knows what the drones are. Did anybody figure it out yet? I wasn't paying attention.
No, a lot of people are leaning towards what I can tell is like foreign intelligence.
White House says the National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby said Thursday that many of the drone sightings in New Jersey are actually lawfully operated manned aircraft, and they pose no national security or public threat. The Pentagon said Wednesday that it is not U.S. military drones that the New Jerseyans have been seeing over their skies, and that it does not appear to be craft from a foreign country or entity. During a press briefing, Kirby said that neither the White House nor state and local law enforcement have been able to corroborate any of the reported visual sightings, despite using very sophisticated electronic detection technologies. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully. I say to you, Galvin and Gio and Carmen, it ends.
All units in the vicinity, please respond.
Send me out some backup. Want to bring this guy down before he hurts somebody.
How will it end?
Gio, I'll start with you. The drones that have been spotted over much of the New Jersey area and some other spots in the country. Foreign, alien, American, how will it end?
The drones are Chinese intelligence drones. And Sleepy Joe, not Pap Joe, Sleepy Joe Biden,
the one that was president,
is allowing this to happen on his watch, just like the damn Chinese balloon that floated over for forever, wouldn't shoot it down. The minute 47 gets in office, shoot them all down. He says these are Chinese spy balloons and spy drones.
They have been flying over his golf course.
Yeah, over Mar-a-Lago, yeah. And they are invading our country. Shut it down.
Carmen?
I think it is a foreign intelligence drone, but I don't think it's China. They already did the balloon.
Uh-oh.
I think it's somebody else.
Putin?
I don't know yet.
Kim Jong-un?
Could be.
Xi?
Zelensky?
Oh.
Could be Canada. I don't know.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah.
It just wandered off a little too far. But yeah, I think it is. I do think it's somebody else's. It is another country's balloon. And I think very much like the Chinese balloon, it comes and goes. They're gonna figure it out in a week, and it's gonna be like, oh, no big deal, bye. Right. And then something else is and then something with the Diddy stuff is gonna blow up and distract us from the Jersey drones.
And then they bring the McRib back.
Yeah.
Oh, that already happened.
Diddy distracted?
Yep.
Joe?
Well, I think it is CIA intelligence mapping New Jersey. That's what I think.
Lord knows we don't have enough maps in New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we need those.
I think they're up to something.
Rand McNally would disagree with you.
But I believe that it is. I believe it is our intelligence.
Oh, you say American?
Yeah, I say it's American intelligence.
Galvin.
I say that it's just a group of nerds that have drones that's out there.
Oh, well, hold on.
And
these drones are the size of an SUV. They're not little.
Yeah, they built their own. They're nerds.
Okay.
They build them and they put them up there and stuff. And they have a group, and it's called Dwayne the Tub. I'm droning. And they're like, oh, were people concerned? We were just having some fun. Like, no big deal.
Nobody would care.
Yeah.
I also think Elon Musk is involved somehow.
Oh, maybe.
Starlink is controlling these things.
I seem to think in a how will it end fashion that it is more along the lines of what Joe is saying. Yes, it's American. Yes, they're doing something as benign as mapping or maybe even so far as spying or delivering something. And that it not only does not pose a threat, it's not that big of a deal. And they just don't, they can't justify it because it's not, they can't tell you about whatever they're doing, but it's not that big of a deal.
I got to tell you, though, think about it. The time that it's happening, December 13th, 2 weeks away from Christmas. What if it's Santa Claus?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody took that into consideration.
Yeah, don't shoot down Santa Claus.
I don't think Santa goes to New Jersey.
He does. There's some elves that live there.
Didn't you see that episode of The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Santa goes to New Jersey. All right. Well, hopefully we'll find out soon enough.
I thought you wanted it to be aliens.
I don't think it is, though.
No, I
saw
don't
the
think so
technology. Aliens don't put reflectors on there.
That is true.
In a spaceship. You know. Mike Calta Show, good morning. Hello.
My bad. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good, sir. How are you?
Good. I've been a long-time fan with you. In my line of work for my career, I've been in 20 years in entertainment. I used to work for your competitor a number of years ago. And to me, it seems like it's the entertainment thing. We're switching gears. And
which competitor? I'm just curious.
Do you really want me to tell you on the air?
No, I mean, I've had so many competitors over the years.
Call me later.
Which one did you work for?
Tell me.
Yeah.
It was Bubba.
What did you do for him?
I was a multimedia producer.
Oh, interesting. And what do you think is what is your theory on what's happening?
It's entertainment. It's all entertainment. You know, it's an entertainment industry. It's you have the job or you don't have the job. You know, so it can go both ways. That's just my opinion, but you know,
I got you. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see which way it goes.
Yeah, I hope it works out for the best for him.
Thank you, Multimedia, sir. Appreciate your call.
One of the guys on Twitter listening, the Knuckle Boom, says that the drones he thinks were all in a Truman Show production, and they're just getting lazy, and they accidentally some of the cameras are like, "Oops, we flew them when they could see them."
So the same drones that are flying over Mar-a-Lago are the ones in New Jersey. Like they
don't know.
Oh, they don't know.
They're not saying. They're just. It wasn't Mar-a-Lago. It was one of the other golf courses.
Oh, I think
it might have been a golf course in New Jersey.
Bed-Stuy? I think, or
no, bedsides in Brooklyn.
I thought they were showing flying over
something
Trump's
like
place.
that though. Because it was Trump's course. Bedford. Yeah, maybe
Bedford. I don't know. It did have a name like that.
Yeah, because we talked about it.
It was a Trump golf course, but it was not Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, Galvin. I'd like to know if I could get in on Galvin's bet with you on your no-shows this weekend. I'll throw $100 on it.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Roger. I don't like to take money from our listeners, but I will take that money. I mean, if it's there, Galvin, have you decided what you're doing yet?
Yeah. But I don't want to tell you.
Okay.
I'm gonna have it in a sealed envelope and then
hermetically sealed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no good then.
No, because
sure it is. Because if I tell you, then you make your plans accordingly.
You can't be motivated by his bet.
Right.
What do you think it's going to be, sir?
I believe you're going to show up for 2 out of 4 if we're lucky.
Which 2?
It doesn't matter to me.
You got to call your shot, though.
No.
Yeah, is that part of the bet? You have to
say which one.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're out.
You're out, Roger. Sorry.
By the way, it's Bedminster. That's what I was.
Bedminster.
Yeah. That was the golf course.
Which of the 2 you think I'm going to go to, Galvin?
I don't want to tell you.
That is part of the bet.
Yeah. You can't trick me.
I'm not trying to trick you.
I feel like you're trying to trick
gather
me.
some intel. Trying to figure out what's going on. I got Winter Seltzer Land tonight.
Yeah.
Then I've got Harley Davidson dealership tomorrow where we're giving away a Harley Davidson. Brisket shop is going to be out there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, where's the rest of that?
Bunch of bands in the refrigerator. I've already pilfered some.
Freeloader there's been eating it all morning.
I saw you eating it too.
I did not.
Scumbag.
I did not.
Joe.
I did. I went in there. I dipped in. I ate some brisket.
So good.
Yeah, it was very good.
And then you have.
Then I have UFC Saturday night.
You have tickets, or you're waiting for your tickets still?
I have tickets.
Okay.
And then Sunday is Trans-Siberian Orchestra 2:30 show, in which $1 from every ticket sold goes to the Calta Family Foundation. That money will be used. That money, I can tell you, is being used right now to buy kids Christmas gifts from last year, which is great. And it was used to help out several people during the hurricane this year. So it was nice to have some funds in there to be able to do some good stuff.
Good. Did you get the tickets from somebody? Did they give you tickets? Did you buy tickets? Because you said you didn't have tickets, and then you said
I'm going to be honest with you, Galvin. I don't really buy many tickets for anything.
I know.
Yeah.
But sometimes you do.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to go, but I didn't know because you were saying if you were going to go, you're probably just going to have to buy them.
Another question about the tickets, though, Galvin.
Well, okay.
It will help you.
All right.
Are the tickets that you have, Mike, do you have them in your email or are they at will call and you have to go get them?
No, I have them.
Okay.
Who are you going with?
Because that also would, change if he goes or not.
A girl.
A girl?
No.
Because your son's out of town. You're not going with him.
Out of town, yeah.
So
I don't know.
You don't know.
I have no friends.
+1.
I can't go with Pete.
You still didn't answer my question, though.
Yeah, what?
Who gave you the tickets?
Ticketmaster.
Interesting.
You bought them?
UFC gave them to me.
They're from UFC. Yeah. UFC said we would like for you to be our guest.
Yes.
Okay. I don't believe that.
Okay.
You're not going.
Well, I didn't say that. I'm being truthful in my answers, so.
I mean, we're not under oath.
You can put me under oath if you'd like. I'm trying to get a legitimate game going here, so I can't lie in my answers because that would be unfair. So I'm telling the truth in my answers. So if anybody has any questions, get them all out now. Anything else?
You still don't have somebody to go with you. You're gonna go by yourself, solo.
Definitely won't go by myself. I can tell you that.
Right.
Definitely won't go. You could stop right there. You don't even need to put myself on there.
Who you're taking that's a big determining factor.
You know who's never been to UFC? My daughter.
Oh.
She's around.
There's probably a reason for that.
Yeah.
I feel like she's like it. I feel like she'd get into it. I can't go with Pete. We're too fat to sit next to each other.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
Small seats.
Doesn't look cool.
No,
it's like two old fat guys sitting next to
you're
each other.
definitely not in the suite.
Not in the suite.
I'm not in the suite.
Yeah.
Definitely not in the suite.
Oh, wow. UFC you later. TSO, no, you're not going.
TS, no.
TSO, I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, well,
it's going to be a great weekend.
So is Mike Olivero.
A lot of stuff.
Jeff Scott Soto is going to be there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I think so. A lot of people on the show at the Trans-Siberian Orchestra that we know.
Get the hold of the big check.
Thank you very much. Make a speech and thank the people. High five Mason Dixon. Get out of there.
Just in time for the Bucks game,
which I definitely will be watching.
Yeah,
I will tell you that I probably will not stay for the TSO show.
Bucks game kickoff at 4. I think it's like 4:10.
I will be home plenty of time for that.
Perfect.
The 2:00 check presentation would not hinder and I might not even go home to watch the game. I might go watch it somewhere else.
Yeah, stop off at a bar.
I don't know. I'm not that guy.
You want to come to Top Shelf?
No.
This is why you don't have friends. I invite you out, and you just totally just shut me down.
I think it's safe to say you and I have never hung out, at least not in this country.
That is true.
We got along great when we went to Germany together.
I came over for football one time, and it was me, you, and Joey.
Really?
Yeah.
Just the three of us?
We sat upstairs and ate pigs in a blanket.
All right.
I love pigs in a blanket.
You were pigs in a blanket and you were eating?
No.
They were delicious.
I love pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
By the way, the Bucks 4:25, so you're in more time to get home.
And I thought, wow, he never invited me again after that one time.
Oh, that's not true.
That is true.
I know probably the last time I watched a game here in that room.
I don't know. That was the one time I'm like, I must have did something wrong because they came over, watched football.
3 little pigs in a blanket.
Yeah, ate a bunch of pigs in a blanket and then never got an invite again.
Hey, Joe, I don't know what my wife's doing. Is she putting cardboard boxes outside?
I think she's building a fort.
Joe is in there?
Yeah, why?
Oh, because he's just had the camera sitting on me while I'm not talking this whole time.
What's wrong with you, Joe?
I've even covered it up at one point, and it's just been sitting on me.
What are you looking at over there?
I was downloading the Me and My Wife podcast intro for tonight.
Okay, he's working. He's doing stuff.
Oh, on a different show.
Yeah.
That's this show. You're on right now.
I'm going there after the show.
Okay, well, do that after the show.
Joe's bitter today.
What time?
People are getting fired around here, Joe.
Yeah. Now's not the time to be slipping up.
Joe's in a very bad mood.
No, I'm not.
A little bit.
I've already been fired, though. Can't fire me again.
From here?
Yeah.
All right, listen to me. I'm going to take a break. When we come back, the very funny Billy Gardell is going to be in the studio with us, and the Brian Thompson who's not dead. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.
That's not
the great Billy Gardell is here. It is. We were just chatting up off the air. It's great to see you,
Many
Billy.
years.
The first time I had Billy on the show was 3 radio stations ago. I was at the country station.
That's right.
And Bobby Jewell, Bobby Jewell gave me Billy Gardell, April Macy, and that might be it. Like two guys he had to convince me to have on. April, it's so funny. All the years I've known April, never once seen her do stand up. You can tell me she's terrible. She's the worst.
I've never seen her.
She's a great radio guest. That's all I care about. and she's a great person.
Right.
And she has great stories, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Billy was... I remember your headshot. He showed me a picture of you. You were fat. Your hair was crazy. You look a little like Chris Farley-ish.
Look like circles under my eyes. I look like I've been up for about 9 days.
Yes.
I may have been.
This guy does cocaine for sure. And I said, yeah, he looks perfect for the show. And then you came on and we hit it off. And you were doing something. I remember we talked about it where you were doing The Honeymooners or Jackie Gleason or something, weren't you? Or did you do something like that?
I don't know.
I'm just going off the top of my head. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I don't know, but we really bonded when we went to Ireland.
Yeah, that was whenever I first got here.
That was. I mean, we were so drunk we almost got in a fight with Canadians. What kind of jag-off are you? You want to mix it up with Canadians? Thank God we've matured.
Yeah, I know, dude. That way we went to the Jameson tour there, and that was great. And we did it with you, we did it with Byrne, we did it with Bert. The only one guy I didn't like was
Loftus.
No, Loftus is good. I see Loftus on Fox News every once in a while. He's good. No, the other Mike, the soft what is it? They had Nick Griffin.
Oh, Nick's a great guy. He's just a quiet guy.
Quiet. Yeah, that was the thing. We didn't gel. We didn't gel with Nick. Yeah. Everybody likes Nick. Every time I go, Nick Griffin, everybody's like, he's great.
No, he's wonderful. And you got to remember, I like Nick now. Don't drink.
Yeah.
So that's when you're running with this crowd at full speed, that's hard to sit down to.
What were you doing when you got the Mike and Molly? What do you have an audition for that? I'm sure.
When I did Mike and Molly,
yeah. What were you doing before you got Mike and Molly?
I was about ready to leave California.
Right. You would just get to the point where you're almost done with it, and somebody call and say, hey, we have an audition for you. You probably have gone on a bunch of auditions, probably sick of doing them. You'd never get it.
No, I wish it was that romantic.
Really?
No, I hadn't booked anything in about 2 years.
Okay.
And my marriage was in a bad place. I was getting sober. And
how bad of were you just drinking drugs? How bad was it?
I only did. I fiddled with drugs just to keep drinking.
I
mean, I'm a brown shoe whiskey guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to sit at the bar and think about how heavy the world is.
Right.
Well, I used to.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my thing. Whiskey. In fact, it was shortly after Jameson that I got sober. And I start sending cases of Jameson to the house. That's going to cause some problems.
I mean, they would send us bottles on our birthday,
they wanted
Christmas,
it in our hand the whole time.
give it
like
to you.
Everywhere we went, put that in your hand.
Yeah.
It got to the point
right?
where I had to ask for a glass of water.
Yeah.
I go, can I please have a glass of water?
Exactly.
Is that possible?
So I had our friend Randy Bauman in Pittsburgh. I call into DVE. I'm still a fan of radio.
Yeah.
And television. I'm from Earth One.
Right.
I haven't gone to the other side yet. So I needed to take care of my family. I had a new baby at the time, and so I was like, "Hey, man, I think I might be moving back to Pittsburgh." And he said, "Well, come on the show, and I'll be one of your guys for him."
Right.
Which would have been fine with me. I would have.
This is
no problem with it.
One of the better
DVE in
talk
Pittsburgh.
shows in the country.
Yeah.
These guys, they're similar to us. They're a rock station, but they also have the Pittsburgh Penguin games on. Like they're the cool station in Pittsburgh.
He's like you guys, exactly. And it's an intelligent show, and it's something I could have been comfortable doing. I said I'm going to ride out one more pilot season. Now, pilot season used to be a 3-month period where, from like January to March, they would have the new pilots, and you would audition for those and hope you got a show,
Right.
and then hopefully it took off and all the other things happened. And I only got 3 auditions in that entire 3-month run, and the last audition was Mike and Molly.
Really?
I said I'm going to ride out one more pilot season. Well, in that 3 months, 3 auditions. That was it. So I figured I'm headed home.
Do you remember what the other 2 were?
No, and I don't care.
Yeah.
But the third one was Mike and Molly, and I got that because the guy who played my partner on that show, Reno, Reno Wilson, who's like a brother of mine, and he played Officer Carl. But he called me. And a couple weeks out, and he's like, "Hey, man, there's this show called Mike and Molly. I'm telling you, it's us. It's us. It's us. Get an audition for it. Get your agent on it."
Right.
So I asked my agent. He gets me in to the audition. So I do the audition, and they give me a call back. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're live here.
Yeah,
a little spark, right? So I'm going to read in front of Chuck Lorre. And I was late for that audition, which I'm never late to any. My dad's a Navy guy. 5 minutes early, 10 minutes late.
Right.
You know? I was running from a doctor's appointment, and there was traffic and blah blah blah.
Typical LA time. Yeah.
So just anywhere you want to go is an hour. So, but I'm like 20 minutes late, and I'm like, oh God, I just screwed myself. So, but the auditions were still going on. So I get there, and I think, all right, I got to think of something to say to him to break the ice, or he's just going to think I'm a complete loser, right? So I walk in, I go, I go, he goes, hello. I go, hi, I go, Mr. Lorre, Billy Gardell. I go, I just want to let you know what I like to do, Chuck. I like to find the most powerful guy in TV, and I like to make him simmer for about 20 minutes before I perform. I just like the added pressure. And he nicely laughed.
You laughed at it, yeah.
And then I did the read, and then he actually, they called me to come in and test for the network. And I said no. Because, and I wish I had some story where I was like, I said no because I'm an artist. No, I was terrified because I had a small development deal with Nickelodeon also.
Okay.
And my manager was kind of pushing them back and keeping them on hold until we found out what happened with this.
Yeah.
But I was worried because I was going to use that. I didn't think that Nickelodeon thing was going to go, but it was a little development money, and I thought that'll get us back to Pittsburgh.
Gotcha.
And I can
You don't want to blow that
camp, and I don't want to. And so I said, no, thank you. I said, I think I'm going to go with this thing. And then Warner Brothers called, and I didn't take their call. Not very smart. And then finally Chuck called me himself.
Wow.
Oh.
And he said,
that's the biggest guy in TV at the time.
Yeah. And I have to give him so much credit, man, because I don't know where I was in my life at that time, but I just decided to really be honest with this guy.
Right.
And I said, man, I know who you are. And I said, if it was another time in my life, I'd be over there, washing your car.
Right.
I go, but here's the deal. I'm trying to repair my marriage. I just quit drinking. I'm out of my mind. I go, I'm trying to pull my life together. And I have a little development deal over at Nickelodeon, and I'm going to use that money to get my family back out. And he goes, well, why did you come in for the audition? I said, honestly, I was hoping to get like a reoccurring part, like the neighbor or like a once in a while thing. And he goes, well, he goes, I think you're the guy. And he goes, and I'm pretty good at this.
I would have been like, thank God we got rid of this guy.
And he goes, look, man, I think you're right for this. And he goes, and I'm going to surround you with a phenomenal cast, and we're going to do a little play every week. And he goes, and I'm going to help get you a great cast to carry the bucket of water up the hill. And he goes, I want you to trust me. And I said, well, yeah, but if both of these things go away, then I can't get out of California, and I'm just in a tough place right now. And he goes, well, just come in and give me a chance. He goes, do that. I said, well, I need to talk this over with my wife. And he said, okay, I understand, man. He goes, and he gave me his cell number. And he goes, call me on Monday. So I called my wife, and this is where I give my wife.
Stressing out that I'm going to be like, Chuck Lorre is going to wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what, screw that guy. Like, I'd be so worried about that, but you were really wanting to take care of your stuff.
There was so much other damage in my life that I had to pull it together, and that was my priority because I didn't want to lose her. I wanted to be sane, and I didn't know what was next.
Not too many people have that kind of,
It was fear. It was fear.
Yeah, but it was also terrified. Strength. You were able to pull yourself together.
I was trying to hold the line. And so I called my wife, and this is where I give her such grace and dignity and power in my life because, to her credit, we were literally on the rocks, man. And to her credit, I told her the whole situation, and she said, no matter what happens with us, you have to go take this call. She said, you've been waiting for this call your entire life.
Yeah.
And she goes, I'm not going to be the reason you don't take that call. She goes, we're working on it. And she said, but you need to go in there. This is the call you've been waiting on for 25 years.
How unselfish of her. That's great.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And so I called Chuck back on Monday, and I said, all right, man, I talked to my wife. We're in. I said, and I'm a little worried. He goes, I'm pretty good at getting what I want. So the auditions came for the network, and I was supposed to go in to audition at CBS. Now, back in that day, you went over to CBS on Fairfax.
Right.
It was this big, it was like going into the Death Star. I don't know, fly casual. It was that.
Yeah.
Because you go in, and then they take you in an elevator down to the basement, and then they take you to this room that's like, it's got the waffle soundproof stuff. And you sit in a chair, and there's a light on you, like an interrogation light. They used to do that, I think, to intimidate you. To see, like, if they'll crack here, they're not gonna be able to. So then all the network executives would sit
and watch
in the theater, but it was blacked out. And you couldn't see them, and it was just you and a casting agent. I have auditioned. I went 9 for 9. I was in there auditioning for a pilot once a year, every year for 9 years.
9 years.
Never booked anything.
Right.
And one year I went in there twice. And the second time I was in there, I tried to crack a joke because I was still heavy. I go, hey, listen, if you guys don't give me this one, can you put me on Survivor so I could drop a few? Nothing. Just dead silent. I'm like, oh. So I told Chuck, I go, man, I got to tell you something. I go, I hate that room.
Yeah.
I go, I've left more audition blood on the floor of that place than anywhere else. And this is when I first knew I was in a different stratosphere because Chuck goes, he's just quiet for a second. He goes, all right, I'll have him come over to my office. I was like, okay, we're in a different, this is like playing for the Yankees. So I walked in, and then karma kind of spun around. Peter Roth, who was the head of Warner Brothers for 20 years and probably the last great television man. He, at the time, when I came to Hollywood, was the president of Fox. And he saw me at the Laugh Factory, wanted to give me a development deal, did. And then like a week later, took the gig at Warner Brothers. He was just starting there.
Deal hanging.
Well, I was there, but as you know, what happens is Doug Herzog came in, and whoever the new regime is, they come in and clear the table and say, you're up. But Peter was always a fan. So now he's the head of Warner Brothers. Chuck's office is at Warner Brothers. So now I walk in, and there's Chuck, and Peter comes over and gives me a big hug.
Yeah.
Now I got Chuck and Peter.
I got two of your biggest fans of the top guys.
Corner.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
That was unbelievable. And then they said, we're going to have Jimmy Burrows direct. Who directed Cheers and Taxi. And we ended up becoming very good friends. But I was really nervous to see him, too, because 4 years before that, I had auditioned for Jimmy for a pilot. and I locked up in the room.
Oh, really?
Flop sweat, couldn't get the words out, had to start like it was Albert Brooks in broadcast. I just ruined it. And I thought, oh God, that's all he's gonna remember. And then so I did the thing, Chuck and Peter in my corner. I get the part as Mike. So now we go to the first table read, and Burroughs is there, and I'm like, oh God, this guy's gonna think just I'm terrible. So we do the table read, and it goes really great. And then I come up to Burroughs afterwards, and I go, listen, I auditioned in front of you like 4 years ago, and I know I really tanked it, and I went in the toilet, and I just want you to know I'm going to be working really hard for you, man. I got this. I'm in a different stratosphere. I know how to do this now. I promise you I'm going to be on it for you. And Burroughs goes, what are you talking about? I don't remember any of that. I'll see you Monday. And then
in your head, it was the biggest thing.
Dude,
and he was like,
I couldn't even.
I've seen 800 people a week flop over here. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's so great.
But, your fear is always self-centered. So you're like, me. He thinks me. But he had no idea. He was like, I don't even remember seeing you. So
this is Billy Gardell, who is here with us. You know him from stand-up comedy. You know him from Mike and Molly, Bob Hart's Abishola. Now, you and Melissa.
Yes.
Did you hit it off right away? I mean, that chemistry was fantastic.
That was one of those rare things that, you do chemistry reads for the network. So there's always like 3 Mikes, 3 Mollys, 3 Carls, 3 Victorias. And when you go in, you read with each one. So they're seeing who has the chemistry.
Yeah.
And something happened between me and Melissa where you even saw it affect when we did our audition together. You could even see the network executives who are trained to show no emotion. They're dead inside.
Yeah.
Even they were like, whoa.
Yeah, they
like
felt
there
it.
was just something with me and her right out of the gate.
That's
and there was
great.
just a trust that was there from the start. And I think that's what came across on the
She is one of the funniest human beings.
She's awesome.
I mean, I have every once in a while I will just Google the outtakes of her from with Jason Bateman. What is that movie?
No, she's off the cuff.
Identity Thief. That
no, not Identity Thief. I'm sorry, not Jason Bateman.
This is 40.
This is 40.
Yeah.
This is 40.
Oh yeah.
And she is so goddamn funny. And I thought,
truly is.
In real life, she must be just a joy to know.
She really is, man. And she became like my little sister. And we went through it together. And then when her star took off, the 3rd season of Mike and Molly with Bridesmaids, that's what sent her into the stratosphere. She came to work the same person.
I was going to ask you, were you worried or were you like, oh, this is going to ruin everything now?
No, God, no, because I'm smart enough to know that, eyes on her are eyes on our show.
Sure.
Rising tide lifts all boats. And I had no ego about that.
Right.
I was so grateful to be where I was at. And we were all so close. Like the reason Mike and Molly was so special, not just the writing and the direction, I mean, we had the best of the best, but the cast, everybody was over 40 years old.
Yeah.
Everybody had been kicked around for 10 years. So the attitude in that place was, we got good parking, coffee, insurance. Nobody ruined this.
Right.
And so it was this real gift and joy to go to work there every day. But after she got nominated for an Oscar for that, and dude, she came in the next day after being at the Academy Awards, no makeup, hair up, just complaining about the drop-off line at school. I'm like, this is my girl.
Yeah,
she's fine.
That's great. That's
and
so great.
To this day, me and her, great. I still talk to that whole cast, and I talk to most of the Bob Hart's people, too, because you have to, Burroughs says, too, he said at the beginning of Mike and Molly, he goes, go out to dinner, learn about each other, learn about each other's kids, learn about what each other's going through. He goes, because if I don't believe you like each other, nobody's going to believe you like each other.
That's true.
And that's a great chemistry building thing. And we just all stayed so tight through that whole ride. It was really amazing.
When you guys are doing the show and all of a sudden people are talking about fat people, 2 fat people can't be on a show together.
Yeah.
Now, and I know in this business, anybody talking about you is great, especially when it's something that everybody's like, well, wait a second. And then now there's an argument.
Right.
Were you at a point where you're like, this is great for us? Or was it a distraction?
I wasn't sure about it. And Chuck Lorre said something so great. He goes, when a writer says something stupid, a sitcom gets his wings. And he was right on the money. And then, it was mean-spirited what this woman wrote.
Sure.
Because, we don't want to see heavy people in love. Like, lady, go F yourself.
Look at 80% of the world.
Exactly right. I don't know anybody who's not struggling with their weight, even if it's 5 pounds.
Right.
So, The View had us on back when Barbara Walters was on. And Melissa's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going in there to talk about this. And I go, well, I'm a comic. I'll go. Because I know at some point I'll be able to turn it.
Right.
So we're doing the interview, and they're all very nice. And of course, Barbara Walters gets all heavy during the interview. And Vanity Fair wrote a article, or whatever it was. I don't remember my magazine. She said, this writer wrote that, and she quoted it, like, heavy people should not be kissing on TV and being loved together. And da, 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 da. How did you respond to that? She was waiting for this, like, I'm just so sorry. But I've been working honky tonks in Florida since I'm 18. I'm not getting intimidated. So I let a real pregnant pause go, and she goes, how did you respond to this writer? And I let it sit, and I go, I sent her a cake. And then, boom, the audience was with us, and it just took off from there. And then the proof was in the pudding, because I think there was a genuine sweetness to that show.
Yeah.
I think there was a genuine sweet, because the underneath current of Mike and Molly is two people who thought they were never going to fall in love that fell in love.
Right.
And they said every week we're going to look for that baby you're the greatest moment from the honeymooners.
Yeah.
So all the funny stuff is great, and we got this great cast, and it's great, but we need that one moment
connection at
where,
the end,
where couples can watch that show and go, they're like us.
Yeah.
And once we found that, it was over. And then my favorite thing to do with her was around season 3, they started letting her have more freedom, because you could just see it coming.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story real quick that after her star took off, Chuck called me that summer, and he goes, listen, he goes, the show right now is The Honeymooners, okay? We're going to switch it to I Love Lucy, because we need to highlight her.
Right.
And
sure, she's outgrown.
We need to capitalize on her star. He goes, I need to know if you're okay with that. I go, Chuck, I'll pick her up on the way to work. Right. I'm not going back. Right. I'll do whatever you need me to do. So then you watch the show kind of transform, and it's really a beautiful arc of a show when you watch the whole thing together. But
that says a lot about you, again, about how the fact that you're not, now you got some money, now you got some stability, but you don't have the ego. You're like, listen, I get it. This is a business, and we're 100. Doing the right business thing. Yeah.
Well, I'm always about the show. If the show's bigger than you, your set never becomes toxic.
Yeah.
It's about the show. And I always try, Burroughs gave me some good advice at the beginning of the show. He came into my dressing room, because everybody in that show they were heavy hitters. Like Reno went to the School of Fame, had done a bunch of shows. Melissa, she's out of Illinois, the Groundlings. She'd been on, what's the show? Gilmore Girls.
Yep.
Katie Mixon, classically trained at Carnegie Mellon. Niambi, Shakespearean Art School, New York City. Plays
legit group actors.
Lou Mastillo and Susie Kurtz, Broadway.
Yeah.
Rondi Reed, who played my mom, Steppenwolf. So these are like, and I'm like coming out of the comedy club kitchen, like, you guys know the show, And Jimmy came in, and he sat with me the day before the pilot, and he said, I want you to know something. He goes, I'm going to give you an old phrase. He goes, the fish thinks with the head. You're number one on this call sheet. Mm-hmm. He goes, now that comes with a responsibility. Whether you accept it or not is your business. He goes, but if you come in here and act like a gentleman, kindness and camaraderie is going to grow in your set. And he goes, if you come in here and act like an ass, that's going to grow.
Right.
And then he didn't tell me what to do. He just said, I hope you make the right call.
That's great.
And I did, I think. I did. I was respectable. And I think I gave, and I cheered on, and I shared, and it became this family thing. And now Jimmy refers to me as the second nicest man in Hollywood.
Who is the first?
Ted Danson.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Pretty good company.
So so now at what point do you lose all the weight? Are you in between shows when you do that?
It was the second season of Bob Hart's Abishola.
Because Bob has a heart attack.
It worked out. It's, one of those art imitate life things.
Yeah.
So it worked out perfectly. So I was in trouble, man. I had type 2 diabetes, cholesterol numbers going up, triglycerides going up, blood pressure going up. Like, as a big guy, you can carry it for a while.
Oh, I know.
Well, I mean, we've been on the journey together. Actually, you were a little ahead of me.
Yeah.
Because I remember talking to you about that at length.
Yeah.
And, I played sports when I was in high school, and so I could carry the weight for a while, but eventually the numbers, you can't outrun the numbers.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit, that first wave of COVID, and when that thing came up for the people that were now, look, I know we're in Florida. Half you believe, half you don't. I don't care. This is just my journey. You shouldn't care what I think.
Yeah, but what they said was,
but that thing when it came up, like these are the most dangerous people: overweight, type 2 diabetes, smoker, sleep apnea, asthma. I was like, bingo, I got them all.
Yeah.
So I had to make this health change, and so I went to Chuck. I said, listen, I'm going to do something drastic here. I'm going to get bariatric surgery. Are you okay with that while we're doing the show? And I explained my medical situation. He goes, even if this show didn't make sense, I would want you to do it. He goes, I want you around. So go get it done over the summer. And he goes, and ironically, it's perfect for this show because your guy starts with a heart attack, falls in love, and gets better mentally and physically.
Right.
He goes, so we're going to just streamline that right into the show subtly. And we'll just say, hey, you're looking good, Mike. You eating less, Mike? Good exercise, Mike. And so he let that happen for me on the show,
great.
Which was incredible.
That's great.
Just so unbelievable.
And also,
really lucky.
The audience doesn't see you disappear as a fat guy and come back as a skinny guy.
No.
So they're with you.
Well, what's weird is the Bob Hart's people watched me come down.
Right.
But the Mike and Molly people who didn't end up watching Bob Hart's, now they see me and they're like, what happened? You okay? And most of it has always been very good, supportive, loving people are like, and I'm very open about it because I wanted the truth out there that I did bariatric surgery because they had like an AI Facebook commercial somebody did. Some company was scamming saying I ate these magic gummy bears.
I saw that with John Goodman.
They did Goodman, they did Kelly Clarkson, and they did, I think, somebody else. And I always say, there's always one slow person. Does that work? Like, gummy bears is what got me into this. What are you talking about? So I always like to get that story out there. But like I said, they were all so supportive about it. But then I became unrecognizable, and then I stopped doing stand-up for 3 years, like we were talking about. And then I came out to the clubs, and, my audience was a little older because Mike and Molly, CBS is a little bit older, Bob Hart's a little bit older, so they're not coming out as much anymore. And so I'm unrecognizable. And then I quit for 3 years, and then I finally came back, and so I got them right where I wanted them, And but there's just this joy of being back up on stage now, and it's slowly starting to build. I just hired a social media kid. That's how old I am.
Right,
I just got the social media. But it's starting.
Yeah, I tried to find you.
That's terrible. You know what I saw there when we finally got me on Instagram? There was 24 fake Billy Gardell accounts.
Oh, that's really.
But all I kept thinking was like, you couldn't name any higher than that. You wanted why are you imitating me?
Yeah,
be Tom Cruise. What do you want to be? But it's slowly starting to open up for me, and being in the clubs. I've been picking clubs that help shape me.
Yeah,
and Tampa was always a big part of my evolution as I was beginning as a comic. This place was very special to me, so I'm very grateful to be here. And
well, it's great. I'll tell you, it's great. A lot of people,
home,
a lot of people don't forget where they came from. A lot of people do forget. I'm sorry, where they come from, and the fact that you are coming back here and showing some love to Tampa and Side Splitters is great. It's only tonight and tomorrow night, 2 shows.
Yeah, I think we got a handful of tickets for the late show tonight. And by the way, when I say late show, that's 8:30.
Yeah,
6 and an 8:30. I'm not trying to do a 10 o'clock show. That's for young.
Is there a late show?
At this point, 8:30.
No, I mean after you. Like, is there a Greg Stone? Was Greg Stone here sometime this week? I'm looking at something wrong on the internet. I got confused. So you want to go see Billy Gardell? You got 2 shows. And
I think Saturday's pretty much gone, but tonight I think there's about 50 or 60 tickets left for that 8:30 show. So come on down.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's great to be back here, man. And I'm running these highways again. Like I said, I just want to be in the places that shaped me originally to kind of hit that touchstone as I build this new hour. And I'm just picking those clubs that, like, it feels home week.
Well, that's awesome. It's great to have you back. I'm glad you came in here.
It's nice to see you again.
Hey, so real quick before you go, how rich are you now?
I'm not internet comic rich, but
okay, you're not in the
probably not
Austin, Texas rich yet. I got it.
I'm probably
no, Billy. I asked you.
I probably won't have to do any drywalling anytime soon. I'm happy about that.
I tell you, I feel like a lot of these guys, even though I'm not in comedy, I came up in radio at the same time, and to see you guys, you and Bert and Bobby and these guys I've been friends with all this time, right? To do well, it makes me very happy.
I'm back at you, man. It's cool to see the guys that you were climbing with get their success.
Yeah.
And that's a gift to see that, man. Because not everybody gets that ride. So we're lucky, man.
And you'll enjoy the rest of the football season because your Steelers are playing.
Yeah. We're in the mix, man.
How about
I'm cautiously optimistic about this weekend. Philly's going to be a big test, you know. And
I don't like Pickens being out, but
I don't
somebody else will step up. So we'll see if Williams.
We'll see. And like I said, dude, you give Tom a lemon and a piece of lettuce, it gets you 10 wins. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I think if we're within 6 this week, we're going to probably make a run.
Yeah,
we're going to make at least the deep into the playoffs. And you guys got to be happy. Dude, Cleveland must kick themselves.
Oh, they should.
When they see Baker, because he's been chewing it up.
He's on fire.
He is a gamer, that kid.
We're so happy to have him. Think about it.
He's tough, and he's a good leader.
We come off Tom Brady, and we're like, well, what's next?
Yeah,
and then we get this kid who's just a fireball.
He's a fireball, man.
Yep.
That's a great way to describe it. He really is. And
awesome.
I think a couple more pieces, that Tampa D.
Well,
you
good.
never know, brother.
Look forward to watching the rest of the season. Oh, we're done. Billy Gardell, go see Billy at Side
Mike,
Splitters.
great to see you.
Great to see you, buddy.
Man.